The following is a presentation of 4-Star Sports Media. Welcome to the Germantown Village Wine and Liquor Studios. Germantown Village Wine and Liquor. They have single barrel whiskeys you can only find in their store. Go by and see Stephen Plunk and tell him 4-Star sent you. Now, it's time to get to the point with your hosts, Wes Pruitt and Brandon Bumgarner. Get your tickets outside, it's going down tonight. This is our dance, just don't quit it, man. This Memphis do, we ain't come to lose, we here to win. Pay your dues, otherwise I got bad news. What you came to do? Get them boys the blues, 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 get them boys the blues. What you came to do? Get them boys the blues.
Hello, Memphis fans, and welcome to Sidecar Cafe here on beautiful Whitten Road. It is Sunday, November 7th, 2021. We've got a nice little crowd here. Thank you, everybody, coming out today. Also, want to give a quick shout out to Memphis rapper Lil White. We have got probably the best theme song I've ever heard. It's called Give 'Em the Blues. You got to give this guy credit. He does an amazing job. Been doing Memphis rap for, forever now. But Memphis rapper Lil White has given us that song. It's an amazing song. Guys, share it, play it, do everything you need to do. 20, Lil White standing right here in front of us right now. 20 years of Memphis rap for Lil White. Thank you very much, Lil White, for coming by. We appreciate all you do for us, man. Oh yeah, you already heard. That's right.
We're gonna have one here.
Yeah.
To come on.
We got you, brother.
Thank you.
But thank you to everybody watching on Facebook and YouTube. Also, we've got a big announcement this morning coming from my guy Brandon Bumgarner. But he's been recruited by everybody in the country. Well, let's just hold on.
Okay.
Let's just hold on. He's been recruited by everybody in the country. He is no longer a Denver Bronco fan. I know that makes John Elway upset, but he is.
The Broncos lost something special
When they lost you.
When they lost me.
Yeah.
There was nothing holding me there. Von Miller was the single last thread, and they decided to let their franchise player just walk. The Broncos can just.
Yeah.
They can kick rocks.
Yeah, I got you. But we have a big announcement for 4-Star Sports Media. We will be unveiling our brand new website. Actually, it's out now. If you guys want to go to it, it's called 4star.live. We will now have a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week sports radio network. Yes, sir.
By the way, the producer is right there. He said he needs his $2.
I got you. Not a problem. Here, I got 5 for you, actually. We'll just double up. Yeah, we'll just double up. No big deal. No big deal. But go to 4star.live. It is now called 4-Star Sports Radio Network. We will have all of our shows and podcasts on there weekly. Gonna be a great time. Check it out. We will be able to broadcast live from there. We're not broadcasting live today. A couple of kinks we got to work out on it, but it's gonna be a really good time. Once again, thank you to everybody here at Sidecar Cafe for allowing us to come back again this week. Guys, if you've never been to Sidecar Cafe, I don't know what you're doing with your life. honestly. This place is incredible. The food is amazing. We've got a great bartender named Danielle. She does an amazing job. But everybody here, Rick Haygood and company do an incredible job. We hope to get Rick on here shortly as well. Brandon, let's go ahead and do it.
So, it's time to commit to my future NFL team, for eternity, or until they prove that they can't win anymore.
Now, Bum, we've all been waiting to hear your pick and who you're going to go with. I know the fan base is excited about this. So, Bum, let's hear it. Who is your pick?
Well, first and foremost, I need to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for allowing me to be in this position. I also need to thank my mom and dad for raising me to be a fan of this team. Yeah, thank you, y'all. There's been a lot of discretion. You know, the Denver Broncos weren't out of it, but they were in the parking lot of their own stadium. So they were at the very bottom. The New Orleans Saints ran themselves out of it by having Trevor Simmons as the starting quarterback. But you know, it's time to make my decision, and I think I'm going to make a few people here happy today. So we're going to go with the get out of here. We're Dallas Cowboys now, baby. Woo! We didn't mind. We didn't mind. We didn't mind. Oh my goodness! Right after I make my selection, the Denver Broncos throw an 80-yard pass to Tim Patrick. Dallas fans, you're welcome.
Wait a minute now, Bum. Why the Cowboys? Why the Cowboys, Bum?
So they offer a lot. They have 3 Memphis high school products. They have Dak Prescott. They have a very good, bright future. They want to win. Unfortunately, today it's looking like they might not win. It is early in the game. It's very early in the game. But, yeah, it's, you know, they have a historic fan base, historic team. A lot of people, look, everybody that watches the Pick'em show, they all know I'm a heel. All of the Arkansas fans that are watching live right now, you know I'm a heel. And I'm a bad dude. And guess what? People don't like the Dallas Cowboys. They don't like me. So it fits perfect.
It does. I agree. So, Brandon, what is your, trying to think of the best way to word this. So how long are you going to last as a Cowboy? I guess is the question.
For eternity,
Eternity.
I am committed to Jerry Jones and the winning ways of the Dallas Cowboys. Let me take all the stickers off of this hat.
Let me ask you a
Look
question.
better in it.
When's the last time Dallas won a playoff game? When's the last time Dallas won a playoff game?
I can't remember, but this year they're going to win the Super Bowl. They're going all the way, and I cannot wait to cheer for this team for the rest of my life. We them boys.
So, you know, the last time they won a Super Bowl, you can only watch that on VHS, right?
It was literally the year I was born, 1995. So it's just fitting. You know what? The Grizzlies were established in 1995. I'm a Grizzlies fan. The Dallas Cowboys won their last Super Bowl in 1995. Now I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. We them boys. Yeah, shout out to the Atlanta Braves for winning the World Series in 1995 and this year.
Yeah.
But yes, no, we are Dallas Cowboy fans now in my household. Me and my dog Memphis. We love our Cowboys. No, it's not because you didn't bring the hat out. It's not because you just. It's because listen, I didn't want a geriatric as my quarterback. So, I don't get geriatric as my quarterback. Nick Ben is just he's washed. Yeah. Now. You know, all this is going to happen now, and the Dallas Cowboys are going to forget how to draft players, and Dak Prescott's going to get washed real quickly. But you know what? I'm used to it. But listen, yeah.
So in this game now, so you're going for Dallas, right? You're not going to.
no old barn. I'm the Dallas Cowboys. We them boys. We them boys.
We'll see. We'll see. Got to give a quick shout out to our
America's team.
America's team. Got to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, Germantown Village Wine and Liquors, 7730 Poplar Avenue. Go by and check them out, guys. They got some single barrel whiskeys you can only get in their store. Stephen Plunk is an amazing guy. Been a friend of mine for close to 20 years now. So, Brandon, we had a football game yesterday at what I think is still Liberty Bowl Memorial Stadium. They never made an announcement.
Well, we didn't make the announcement, but apparently the technical name is going to be Simmons Bank Liberty Stadium, since there was such an outrage about no name with the Liberty Bowl.
Right.
You know, it was going to be Simmons Bank Memorial Stadium.
Which has a better sound.
Well, why can't you just call it Liberty Bowl Memorial Stadium presented by Simmons Bank? I have no clue. It's still going to be the Liberty Bowl to everybody. Will, Nathan, we all agree. Wes, we agree. It'll always be the Liberty Bowl. But yeah, guys, great football game yesterday. Great football game yesterday. Yeah, one of the many upsets of the day. Ryan Silverfield had that team rocking. Mike McIntyre, I have to give props to the guys. That defense looked better than it has looked all year long yesterday. And I was so proud of the way they came out and executed. They forced turnovers. They got 5 sacks. We were talking about this earlier. And I'm very excited to see how we finish the season.
Yeah, I mean, you look at yesterday, you had Seth Hennigan went 34 for 53 for 392 yards passing. The Tigers only ran for 22 yards yesterday, which is very surprising to me. I mean, Brandon Thomas was out, gonna have an MRI done, leg injury of some type. But the big question yesterday was who will be the starting quarterback. And for anybody that was at that game yesterday, I think the question was answered on the first throw of the game. Seth Hennigan's shoulder was perfectly fine. We know he wore a little bit of extra padding. Had a little bit of some grip issues in that hand from the shoulder. But Seth Hennigan was not the only one to throw a touchdown pass yesterday. One of the greatest play calls I think I've ever seen in my entire life. It took just straight nuts to make that call. So Seth lines up under center, and I guess he spread his legs out. The center snaps the ball through Seth, goes straight to Rodriguez Clark, who runs up like he's going to run. Oh, no, just kidding. I'm going to throw the ball. Turns around, throws a freaking beautiful pass to Sean Dykes, who was covered, by the way, Sean Dykes gets away a 40-yard touchdown pass by Rodriguez Clark. That is the first time since 2013 that the Memphis Tigers have thrown a touchdown pass with 2 different players. We did it against UConn in 2013. We did it yesterday against SMU. And let me ask this question to everybody here and us as well. If you're a top 25 team, why do you play Memphis at home at 11 o'clock? How many times, let's say we beat UCLA, we beat Mississippi State, we beat Ole Miss, now we beat SMU. It was 24th to 25th, depending on what poll you were looking at. But I got to give this Memphis team, staff, everything, credit.
I mean, let's just put it like this. SMU overlooked Memphis.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's quarterback, leading quarterback in NCAA right now at 4.
Mordecai, yeah.
And Memphis defense is 4 him up. He could do that.
Yeah, it's we held SMU yesterday to their lowest point total and lowest yardage total for the entire season. Now, my question is this, and I'm gonna ask all you guys this question. Of course, there was a little bit of a Sure. All right, so Will, let me ask you this question, man. Coming off that loss the week prior to Houston, which really was a loss on a kickoff at the end of the game. And then a lot of questions are swirling around Sonny Dykes. Is he going to make that 40-mile trip over to TCU, which, from what I'm hearing, may very well happen? Do you think that was a distraction yesterday? Because they just looked distracted to me from the opening kickoff. Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely possible. I alluded to that earlier in the week. Something to consider, something that might be your way from Memphis to come pull away. And I think from the defense playing like they did, that offense seeming like maybe they weren't 100% focused. Because they played really well.
Yeah.
Most of this year. And they come out and Memphis defense, and I think a lot of people will probably feel a little suspect of. But they showed up in a few games.
Yeah.
Obviously, they have a bye week. Glad to see Sam come out. Yeah, I thought Steph had a great game yesterday. Yeah. But you know, I mean, let's even go back to the Central Florida game. We lost the game 24-7, but I don't think our defense played all that bad. I mean, we had what, 3 or 4 turnovers that game? But once again, am I crazy or have we changed our front line on defense? Al, question for you. You know, the last time we were here, we just played Arkansas State. We're talking about that 3-man front. Have we gone to more of a 4-man front since the Navy game? I feel like that we had a season high yesterday of 5 sacks by the defense. Big Morris Joseph is a beast, but J.J. Russell, I don't mean to use, I hope I'm not trying to offending anybody, but he put that quarterback's dick in the dirt yesterday when he tagged him. Sorry, I'm just saying. Yeah. Come on up. Come on up. We're going to get Al Bloodworth up here. Former Memphis Tiger. Legend. Memphis Tiger legend. Tight end. Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. No. Arkansas State didn't have any pressure. No. His coming up. Night and day. It's hard. No. Yeah. Right. There's some major distractions going on. And I mean, you know, I mentioned it yesterday talking with my parents after the Tiger loss. That team just had a look about it. During Tiger walk yesterday, Silverfield had this look of, we're going to kick your ass. And I mean, the scary thing about this Memphis team is we haven't really hit on all cylinders. And when we do, somebody's going to be hurt. Somebody's going to be mad. Somebody's going to get 70 put on. Right. Right.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, Al. When is the last time you saw a Memphis football team with 37 carries for 22 yards? When's the last time you've seen us run for 22 yards and win? I mean, Seth Hennigan threw for, might as well just say 400 yards. I mean, but, you know, for Silverfield to just look at Seth and go, here's the keys,
We just always,
drive the car and get the win. And that's what he did. Yeah, 22, yeah.
so, you go to what you do well, and it's the ball. Set that completion skill, let it get receivers.
Yeah, yeah.
And what I'd like to show now and not let them come back to play the game. Yeah, I mean, they're ranked 7th in offense in the country. And a lot of people didn't realize this either. They're top 15 in defense, which for us to put 28 points up and over 400 yards of offense, that's pretty impressive in my eyes, especially for a team that has been struggling this year. I do believe that Memphis finally getting it together. I think that week and a half or 2 weeks bye definitely helped us. And it was just a blessing in disguise. And then you're hitting the stretch. You got ECU, and you play a tough Houston team, and then you come home against Tulane. You could win your last 4 games, including yesterday. I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility.
And I was talking about this last night with my stepdad, and I want to approach this question. We still have an outside shot to play for the conference championship. Nobody's talking about that. If you beat SMU, if you can knock off Houston, if you can run the table, we've got head-to-head over everybody but Cincinnati because we don't play them. I mean, am I wrong when I say there's an outside shot to play Cincinnati? Right. Yeah. No.
See how they beat Tulane yesterday, or not Tulane Temple?
Yeah.
They beat the crap out of them.
Well, and here's the thing. If you're Memphis, and I'm not trying to harp, but you can't lose the Temple. You just can't. You can't lose that game. I mean, Temple sucks.
Hey, dude, you can't lose to them, but also, and I'm not going to make excuses, but like, you get up 3-0, you're beating a really good UTSA team, 21-0 at home, and you blow that lead, you lose. I mean, that's a lot of momentum right there if you lose that game. So, I mean, you're going into what's going to the 3-game stretch of loss in a row, and you got lost 3 in a row, and you finally get back home, you beat Navy, then you lose to UCF on the road. But I think one thing, something a lot of people don't talk about, and I know we've lost one this year, but we have that long home winning streak. I don't care how many people are at Liberty Bowl. Teams don't come into the Liberty Bowl and just beat Memphis. It's really hard to do that. So
We have now won 17 consecutive home games in the month of November.
wow,
That's big.
Brady White lost one home game in his career at the University of Memphis. Seven Hennigan's only lost one home game. Both of them were by one score or less. So pretty impressive. Well, it's also, you talk about the Tulane game. Let's also talk about Tulsa almost upsetted Cincinnati.
They got screwed yesterday in that game.
I mean, that game right there, this is American League Conference. All right, and the one thing.
We them boys!
It doesn't matter what your record is, you can get beat just like that.
Yeah, no kidding. And I have a question for you. So there's official that screwed Memphis, I feel like every time. This white hat guy, the same guy that screwed us against Central Florida, was the same jack-off, and I'll say it, I don't care. He was the same jack-off that was working that Cincinnati game last night. Did you happen to watch that game? Okay. The Cincinnati snaps the ball over the quarterback's head. Tulsa recovers it, scores, and then after the score, he throws the flag and goes, oh, it's a snap infraction. I really want to go back and pull the games he's done and then go back and look at the controversial calls because something's got to be done about this guy. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's. I mean, why would you not like spread them out? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't get it. Yeah, you're right, and I don't get it, man. I really don't. Back to this Memphis football team. I may have said it earlier. Ryan Silverfield is now 10-1 as a head coach, leading after the third quarter. That one loss happens to be to an undefeated SMU team or a UTSA team. That's a huge stat. And I mean, I wrote about it in an article on fourstar.live after the Mississippi State game. He's the man for the job. I understand we went through some dark times. But when you look at Ryan Silverfield, you look at the job he did yesterday, coming off, and not just him, whole staff. If you look at the way that team played, they played with their hair on fire for 4 quarters. I think this was not only a big win for our program with all the conference realignment and all that stuff going on, but for him as a coach, that's huge. Another one. Yeah. Right. Right. Yeah. Well, man, at the end of the day, it's my opinion, and I could be wrong, but I think we're going to be in the second wave of the Big 12. I just feel it. I mean, I just feel that we will, because if not, we're stuck in CUSA 3.0. Now, we may run that league every year and go undefeated. That's great, blah, blah, blah. That's what they would have to do. But once again, we look at Cincinnati. How much respect did Cincinnati get in the first rankings? None. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's. Oh, yeah. You've never liked it. Yeah. That stadium sucks, too. Go ahead. Four quarters. They handled them. I mean, what? So I feel like they're being punished for being undefeated. I mean, Brian's just randomly yelling, "We the boys." Yeah. We don't know that. That's what I'm just talking about. If Memphis knocks off Houston, we'll have head-to-head of Houston. We have an outside shot to play for a conference championship. Oh, most definitely. It's not going to happen. Look at Alabama yesterday against LSU. That was a scary game. Oh, yeah. No.
We the boys, baby!
Purdue's knocked off 2 or 3. Iowa, yeah, they knocked off Iowa. Yeah. Yeah. Ohio State struggled with Nebraska yesterday. I mean, oh yeah, and then here's the thing. It's
You don't think this came along, and I'm gonna say this, Georgia has to watch this as well.
I don't think Georgia's gonna get beat. I just don't. I don't. That defense is yeah, it really is. It really is. You don't have to have a good offense. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, it's like everybody keeps asking, well, why isn't JT Daniels playing? Well, he played yesterday, but he doesn't have to. With him. I agree. I agree. Yes. Yeah, and we'll get to Florida in a minute. You can't do that. No.
Well, here's like we play, Alabama has played against this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
JT Daniels, that was the year that JT Daniels was supposed to be starting quarterback.
Yep.
And what was Bennett? Bennett came into the executive and we just made him look like Joe.
Yeah.
We stopped him on everything. We know how he plays. Now, JT Daniels is a guy that, I would love to see. I want that competition with JT Daniels. We've already played this. But think about Georgia, they just lost their starting lineup.
For good reason.
Yeah. So, you still got several games left. You gotta watch out for injuries. That's like Alabama last night.
Yeah.
Our starting center went down, and you saw how messed up that made our.
Well, that center to quarterback exchange is one of the most intricate details of football that no one talks about. No, I know, Brandon. He got a very subtle middle finger from Al there. It was so funny.
You could have hey, listen, I would have told you
Yes, we all can't be winners. That's why I'm a winner.
And see, here's the thing, though. Okay, that is yes. So here's Troy Aikman, Emmett Smith, then Moose Johnston, Michael Irvin. Yeah, but back to this Memphis SMU game from yesterday. Yeah, we did, but it's fine. We're live. Who cares? We got 3 more hours. It's all good. It's all good in the hood. No, we ain't got that much time. But talking about this Memphis SMU game from yesterday. I mean, let's just go ahead and say it. I think that's the biggest one of the year. Yes, Mississippi State was big. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Coaches are responsible for A, getting B, getting the kids ready to play. And they're not responsible for the execution part of it. But you can tell that staff had those kids ready to play everything. And that's where I really grade your football coach.
Yeah.
Your head coach is responsible for getting kids mentally ready to play the game. They work yesterday. And that's important. It could have been really easy for them to come out and lay an egg and not play well, and so you blow it out by 3 touchdowns. And then what happens after that? All the naysayers start coming in on so much of what you thought. I think you did a lot for team confidence, and I think it probably did a lot for the staff. Let's face it, this ain't a lot of people like that. So, I agree with you considering the circumstances.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, when you look at us, because let's be honest, it's all about conference play right now. It's all about the conference record. We're sitting at 5-4 now. one game away from our ninth consecutive bowl game. I mentioned it in my article I wrote. I haven't posted it yet. But when you look at the Tiger faithful, the 30,000 that was there yesterday, the last time we were here, we talked about it. You're going to have.
Press conference yesterday, he alluded to, like, first thing he said was thank you to our fans for showing up.
Yeah.
And, you know, after years and years and years of watching this team, the first thing I do, there'd be like 15,000 fans yesterday. No, there's about 30. It was loud. It was fun to be there. Great environment for these players. They deserve that.
Yeah.
Beautiful weather. And looking like this week's going to be the same thing. So I'm hoping the same people show up, you know. Now, granted, you do have a college game day going on down in Oxford. They couldn't have picked the worst location to go.
Really?
Yeah, they're going to be at Ole Miss and Texas A&M next week. But so I think that'll draw a few people away from it, but not a whole lot. But I mean, it does affect how many people are going to be there. No, I'm excited though. Next week should be a beautiful week. Hopefully our fans show up like they did yesterday and they can get another win.
Yeah, I mean, when that game kicked off yesterday, of course, I was in the press box, and the crowd looked good. It looked good, but you know what? They were loud. By the way, I just want to mention, I love the fact that we have added the swag surf as like, it's literally on the timeline of the day for Memphis. When they started hitting that swag surf, I was doing it in the press box. Me and Russell Copeland were up there swag surfing together. It was so much fun. But no, I'm not talking about anything. But when you look at the crowd, I feel like there's slowly more and more coming. You're getting more out there week in, week out. We talked about it a few weeks back. The Mississippi State game was packed. Wasn't as packed as I felt like it should have been. Yes, you have.
They're down 16-0 right now. Well, you know, we still the boys. We're gonna come back. Dak can't do it by himself, you know. So get Tony Pollard's ball.
Oh, have you? It's intense? Really? Really? No. Yell practice? Really? Right. Oh, wow.
This is how indoctrinated
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool. That's very cool. Want to thank Jessica Bailey.
Yeah. She said DC4L. Dallas Cowboys for life, baby.
Christian Johnson also said, how about the Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys? Well, Christian, I did jinx y'all, so don't be too upset.
They're looking good right now. Yeah, they are. But you know, go ahead. Oh, I think it did. It did everything. It did everything. It did everything for our confidence. It did. Oh, you got the thing right this time. So
You got Sam healthy.
he did. He got Sam healthy. Well, and that talking to listening to the post game radio coverage yesterday after the game, Wolo, who I'm not a huge fan of, but anyway, he was talking to Steph, and he asked him. He said, how did that bye week help you? And he said, in reality, he's been in the training room. He gets there at 5 a.m. and he was leaving at 8 p.m. to get extra treatment. But he said he's really been doing it for about 3 weeks. And he asked him, he said, you know, how bad did it hurt you to miss that Central Florida game? And he said, I hated it. He said, but I needed it. You know, and I mean, when you look at it, we've got the quarterback of our future right now. Now, yes, Tevin Carter's coming in. Grant Cannell's still leading. I understand there's a lot of pieces that you got to work around for the future, but I think that kid has got it. He's got that it factor, and when this team is on his back, he's damn good.
Your point. Oh, my dad.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking to your dad earlier about. He's not uber talented or more talented and all that.
No, then he'll get there though. But
He's just got hit.
Yeah.
And that's all.
That's all you need.
We can make it happen. He's no winner, man. I was in Dallas. Yeah. I was in Dallas for 4 or 5 years. And saw that from level now. That kid, it's like 12 guys are getting more off of that one team. I mean, that kid is just a winner.
Yeah.
He's such a good I know.
Yeah. We had a great interview with him on the show recently. Super good kid. And he hates bugs. I found that out. He hates bugs. I asked him at the end of the interview, I said, tell something that Tiger fans may not know about this. He said, bro, I hate bugs. I fell out laughing. I said, you serious? He said, as soon as I finish my college career, I'm going to start a bug company and I'm going to get paid to kill bugs. He's got some moxie. He does. He's got some swag about him.
he was on ESPN radio here in Memphis. And it was the day after he was committed. And he sat down with Jason John Martin goes, what do you think about the quarterback room? He basically goes, what quarterback room? And Scott was like, well, you got kids like Grant Cannell and Seth Hennigan. He goes, none of those guys are better than me. That's what you want out of your quarterback, too. I'm not going to lie.
You want that confidence. Brady White had that confidence. Riley Ferguson had that confidence. Paxton Lynch had that confidence. Seth Hennigan has that confidence. Let me ask you this. This is kind of off the rails, and I don't know. What do you think, in your opinion, Al? Al Bloodworth, thank you very much for joining us. Former Memphis Tiger, played a little tight end action at Memphis. Great guy, huge supporter of us at 4-Star Sports Media. Let me ask you this, Al. Where do you think Grant Cannell ends up? Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, he came here to play.
Yeah.
Things didn't work out. And this is where I think the transfer portal worked.
And it wasn't his fault.
It wasn't his fault, you know. Bad luck, you know. And he had some injury problems and stuff that is a mistake. I think he came to start. And I think Ryan Stokes brought him here to start. He didn't know what he had to say. He didn't know what he had to do. He was a quarterback.
Right.
But he knew what he had to do.
Yeah.
Now, things didn't work out. I think
Yeah.
you know, there's no way Ryan Stokes would lose that team if he brought Grant in and start. And start that. I think it's evident that the kids are rallying around that and they believe that kid. And I just don't think that Grant Stokes, I think the kids when I heard,
Yeah.
I never met him. But then he's got to make it.
Yeah. And another factor in the game, and it happened in the first quarter. Calvin Austin caught a little pass across the middle, got tackled and kind of spun around a little bit. And he went immediately to the 10. But then there was a little lull where he didn't play. And I was becoming very nervous in that press box. He came back out on the field, but he just seems off to me. And I don't know what it is. He just seems to not have that gear that he's had.
No. Quick group picture before Will Bass has to leave.
All right, we're back.
I think he's doing that anyway.
Yeah. Was it?
Yeah,
Has
yeah.
it been since the Navy game? Is that when it was? Yeah. 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 What? Like a rolled ankle or something like that. Yeah. But I mean, you talked about it earlier. Seth Hennigan completed a pass to 11 different receivers yesterday. And we talked about it at the Navy game. He started going through his progressions in that Navy game. It was about the same. He gained the confidence in himself to trust his teammates. That's key. But when you look at guys like Javon Ivory, had a great game yesterday. Rock Taylor had one of the greatest catches I've ever seen on the sidelines. Eddie Lewis, he was a stud, junior college kid out of New York. The list goes on and on. Gabriel had a good game yesterday. What do you think? So moving forward, we got East Carolina coming in this week. Going to be another 11 o'clock kickoff. I think the high for next Saturday is like 40 degrees outside. It's going to be cold. Let's not overlook. It's 16-0 halftime. So just so y'all know, for the late arrivers, thank you to everybody here at Sidecar Cafe. Brandon Bumgarner picked the Dallas Cowboys. He was a Denver Broncos fan, so his team that he was a fan of is beating the team he is now. Halftime, 16-0. But you've got plenty of time. By the way, guys, if y'all want some amazing quesadillas, they've got a brisket quesadilla here that will knock your socks off. Also, their pizza is incredible. We've got a little platter up here. Cheese sticks are good. Fried raviolis. There's nothing here that's bad. Just to be honest with you. But let's talk a little bit about East Carolina. Mike Houston, former James Madison head coach, comes in. The guy has done an amazing job with this team. And let's not take anything from him. That offense is potent. It can score and score quickly. But what impresses me about them, Al, is their defense. They're stingy. But if Memphis can do what we did yesterday, we got 4 turnovers. You get 4 turnovers and you get 5 sacks. That changes the entire perspective of the game. It makes that quarterback think just a little bit longer before throwing the ball, things like that. But when you look at Memphis, next week's a big game. Next week, you can become bowl eligible for the 9th consecutive season, which is something almost, I don't want to say unheard of, but for a diehard Memphis fan, when's the last, who would have thought that the University of Memphis Tigers would go to 9 consecutive bowl games? Nobody here, I don't think, has. Yeah.
That's what it's going to take to elevate this team to a new conference.
The receivers that stepped up when that happened, that got to show you that offense.
Absolutely.
It's good to
Yeah.
go.
Oh yeah, you got plenty of weapons.
I think also how to go down. And I noticed this the first couple of games. Really first half. You have to block it on. I mean, 100%.
We've talked about this on the podcast.
Security points.
He'd stare down his first receiver, which is always Calvin, and he wouldn't make a second read. But now he's learning to make that second, third, fourth read. And it's progressing. And, like we said, he completed 11 or passes to 11 different receivers yesterday. Yeah. Exactly. And thing is, as a freshman quarterback, that's something you learn about his year, but he's learning as a freshman, so that's what makes him a heck of a quarterback coming into these next couple of games. And also going into next year, that's going to work on him a lot more too. Yeah, Calvin, I mean, I know he got hurt. He came back out there a little bit. He still had 8 receptions for 88 yards. The kid's that good. I mean, he can come back in injured and stand near have 100 yards receiving in a game, which is just absurd, He, Anthony Miller was a really fun wide receiver to watch. I'd argue that Calvin Austin might be more fun to watch than Ant. Like Ant had more skill, but Calvin's doing this with a true freshman quarterback who's never played in college football, a very young O-line, and he's just making plays, man. Like it's insane. And then look, I'm preaching to the choir when I say this, I'm sure, but you have to get Big Sean and Sean Dykes. When you get him involved, that kid makes a difference on the football field. He's awesome. I mean,
he's not right here. He's not a tight end. He's a receiver. He's a big body receiver.
Yeah.
You don't see him go out there making a bunch of blocks.
He's a 6'5" wide receiver who weighs maybe 240, but he runs like a wide receiver. Like you look at that play yesterday where Rodriguez threw that touchdown to him. While my mom yells in the background here, he made that read, and he goes up like he's going to go for a run, and he drops back to throw that ball to Dykes. Dykes smoked that guy in the secondary. It wasn't even close. I mean, Sean Dykes came out there and was like, "Yeah, this is my ball. I'm going to go get it," and it was beautiful to watch that play. Yes.
It was Calvin.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, he had like 200 receiving yards against Navy or something like that.
But he just makes our life that much more dangerous.
Because you're not just solely focused on him, so it leaves him open for a lot more.
I mean, when you look at it this year for college football, you're not going to see like that's most of your receivers. It makes it huge. So, John, I mean, listen, I'll go ahead and just say he's an NFL tight end.
Absolutely.
For sure. And he's going to be, he's like Kyle Pitts was at Florida. He can run, he's a route runner. He can run around, he catch the ball. I mean, you put him in a situation, he doesn't want to get the ball. He's that big.
What's the NFL look for?
A guy that can lay a hit like he did on that dude in the secondary yesterday. He put that kid in the ground.
But what I'm saying
I'm surprised that kid got up. Oh, yeah.
I mean, look at Cordell Patterson right now. He
You see what Cordell Patterson tweeted today? He
Yes.
said, "My mom worked 3 jobs. Why can't I just go out there and play 3 positions?" I was like, "Respect,
Absolutely.
brother. Respect."
you've got a guy like Sean Dykes that can play inside or outside of the line. Inside, he can block on runs. He does everything. Yeah, I mean, it's going to make the draft class really good on.
Yeah, John Dykes, I don't know if he will be a guy that's like projected right now, but I think,
He might get like a second or third rounder.
I think he's later.
yeah, I think it's way later. I'm thinking either 4 through 6, and he's probably like on my draft right now, either 7th round or 9th. But he's gonna, if he gets a combine invite, and if he comes out and has a good spring or pro day, that kid could go anywhere from the 2nd, 3rd, 4th round. He's got the size, he's got the speed. He's a hell of an athlete, man. And I'm happy he came back. He's played a very, very crucial part on this team. And the growth of Seth. He's helping Seth grow a whole lot, which is very nice to have. Yeah, so him and Seth are pretty close. Yeah, absolutely, especially when you have a true freshman with a 60-year senior. The 60-year senior has not seen, he's seen everything in the field. And he can tell, and I know they play two different positions, but he can tell Seth, hey, this is what the stack, this is what the, yeah, exactly. Yeah, get tutored him, mentored him. And then also, you have Brady White on that sideline helping mentor Hennigan too. Yes, it's, yeah, I know we had Brady here last time, and he was humble enough to say, I'm not a coach. Look, we know you, we know what you're doing, dude. Wait a minute.
Dr. White.
Well, I gotta ask, when the Titans let go of Brady White, is that why you didn't pick the Titans today?
So part of the reason I didn't pick the Tennessee Titans today is because they did let Brady White go in their pro minicamp. Brian Tannehill is a garbage quarterback. They needed a quarterback. They didn't sign Brady. I almost said Mark Ingram. Derrick Henry, he's out for the year. They got to look. I'm sorry I made your comment about your quarterback being a geriatric, but now the Titans have a geriatric running back. So at least the Cowboys have youth, and I know they're losing right now, but they'll be all right. They'll come back to that. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't like the Titans because the way they left the city 20 years ago. Yeah, Bud Adams, what a butthole.
Here's the reason the Cowboys have trouble right now. One, CeeDee Lamb has no reception right now. I mean,
He was playing today. Yeah, I saw him out there. No, I saw him out there. Mark Cooper's had a pretty good game so far. It's just they can't stop anything the Broncos are throwing out there right now. They are. But, speaking as a Dallas Cowboys fan, no, you can't lose. You can't lose. No, lifetime. You can't lose lifetime since I was 26, brother. You can't lose to the Denver Broncos. You can't. No. A 4-4 team that honestly plays the three worst teams in the NFL to start the season, so they started 3-0. No, absolutely. I mean, just like the Steelers last year, they were full gold. Hey, at least you're a logical Steelers fan. There's people out there I know that aren't logical at all. So
People that were real Steelers fans that after we went 10-0, that thought they thought that we were the second coming of the '78 Steelers and that we were going to win the Super Bowl. I do for a fact. You struggle to beat a multiple rate team that has 18 people out for COVID. You beat them 13-11 or whatever the hell that was.
It's an issue.
No way. There's no way.
I got two questions. One, how's it feel to have not here back there?
Second coming.
Yeah.
That dude is a complete freaking stud.
And here's the main one. Here's one for all you guys. NFL question. Odell Beckham, he's been released. Who do y'all think he'll go?
Chiefs.
do we have any Raiders fans in the house today? We got 2 Raiders fans out here today. They made no noise whatsoever after I said, do we have any Raiders fans? So I guess you don't want me to talk about the possibility of Odell Beckham Jr. signing with the Raiders. No, he doesn't. You don't want Odell. Oh, it would be nice. I'm sure it would be nice. Especially with what's going on with the Raiders receivers. Well, former receivers. I can't speak English today.
I mean, their whole organization is just
But you gotta get this. They do have Hunter Winfrey, and he is an awesome slot receiver for them right now.
yeah, but it takes more than Hunter Winfrey to win a championship. Yes. Yeah. He is a poor version. He's a poor man's Wes Welker. Is what he is. He is a.
Let's talk about Odell for a second. I'm a diehard LSU fan. I love everything having to do with LSU.
Yeah.
That kid is not been the same since he left the state. And he's a skill set that's not. All his off the field stuff. It works.
No, it's not.
He should stay as acting Cleveland.
Yeah.
Where he got a shot to win instead of going to
Right.
Miami.
Well, and here's the thing. When you're Odell Beckham,
Sorry for those of you watching. I currently have the University of Memphis versus South Florida women's soccer conference championship game on my phone right now, so that's why everybody's looking over my shoulders.
score update.
2-0 with the shootout right now. Memphis hits this, they win the conference championship. So you're going to see a live reaction right here from me. And Memphis is conference champions.
The University of Memphis has now
University of
won
Memphis
women's
just won
soccer conference championship.
Conference championship.
We bring you all things Memphis sports here on the point. It's not just Tigers.
And I think USF, I believe they were ranked like top 10 this season at one point.
Wow.
Memphis lost like 4 in a row. As far as women's soccer, they were ranked top 15 in the country all year. And then turned into a it's kind of a struggling year, and they just won the conference championship. They're rolling back. So good for the girls. You'll probably see like what as far as the NCAA tournament for women's soccer, Memphis will probably host the game, which would be cool. I hope fans will show up for that. I know soccer. A lot of people aren't big soccer fans, but you know this city. As far as growing the sport, soccer has grown big time in the city.
Also, and a quick shout out to the Memphis FC.
901 FC, man. They lost
901
last night.
FC lost
But
last
what a
night.
run this year.
They had a great year.
30 years of franchise.
Yeah.
You get asked to make a playoffs in the 30 years of franchise for any soccer program. 901 FC made a run. I know they lost 3-1 last night, but dang, like that was. I'm proud of that team, man. Those games are a lot of fun to go to. I wish more people win.
They play at Red Oak Stadium, correct?
They play at AutoZone.
I'm sorry, AutoZone. My bad, AutoZone, whatever.
But yeah, you know, it's like calling
Same name.
Simmons Bank Liberty Stadium.
Oh, true.
You got to get it right, brother. But no, congratulations to the University of Memphis women's soccer team. They just won the conference championship. They're going to move on to the NCAA tournament for women's college soccer. So
You want to talk about a guy that built that program? Brooks Monaghan.
Monaghan, one hell of a coach.
Actually, Brooks was my.
Speaking of Monaghan, he's on my phone right now.
Brooks, I know Brooks since we were kids. He was my goalie in my rec team back when I was 5, 6, 7 years old.
So you're just telling us that you played soccer? Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
We went undefeated. He didn't give up a goal.
Wow.
Everybody knows. A lot of people don't know how good Brooks was. That kid was special from the time he was a kid. I mean, we all.
Did he play in Memphis?
Yes.
Okay.
No, he didn't play in Memphis. No.
Okay. He played pro at one point. I know that. Oh, okay. Well, Kentucky's not very north, but it is north. I'm just messing with you. Yeah, you hear those banjos, you turn around. Speaking of Kentucky, I just have to laugh at their fans right now for being super excited for beating the barely Division II team, paying them $20,000 to go up there and only beat them by 9 and be down by 8 at halftime.
Yeah.
What an embarrassing statement for John Calipari and almost said the Denver Broncos. What an embarrassing statement for John Calipari and Kentucky Wildcats. They should not deserve to be ranked. There's an overhyped hype train. Their team stinks. Their players stink. Their fans are the worst fans in America next to the Tennessee Volunteers. I'm not sorry. I know we'll have people on the computer telling me, "So you shouldn't say that about Tennessee." I said what I said. You know how I feel about you.
Yeah, but when you look at, we're going to transition over to basketball here shortly.
We got a face on it. Denver Broncos
Didn't work at all. Once again, got to give a quick shout out to everybody here at Sidecar Cafe. Thank you to everybody coming out for us today. 4-Star Sports Media is broadcasting live. Also, got a brand new website out. Go to 4star.live. You'll be able to check out our 4-Star Sports Radio Network. We've got all of our shows on there, anywhere from this show, The Point. We do a college pick'em show once a week for our 4-Star Sports show. I've got Inside the Eagles Nest in there as well. It's a local podcast for the CrossFit Eagle High School. That show is gaining a lot of steam in CrossFit, by the way. CrossFit's a very small mill town, and their people love it. It's like the most.
Everybody give a round of applause for Rick Hagood.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you for having us here today, Rick. We'll get you up here in just a little bit.
We're going to get Rick on here shortly, talk all things Sidecar Cafe. I know they've got some big news coming up about another location as well. Brandon, let's talk a little bit about this Tiger basketball team.
That really gets me excited.
It does, I know. So, in my opinion, we have the best staff in the country. When you put together Penny Hardaway, it's not close. When you put together Penny Hardaway,
Not close.
Rasheed Wallace,
Not close.
Cody Topper,
Not close.
and the man, the only man
Legend.
in the nation ever,
Legend.
legend Larry Brown,
Very legend.
who has now, he's the only man to ever win a college national championship and a NBA championship.
Yes, he is.
Let's talk a little bit about this team. We've played a couple of exhibition games. We knocked off
They just won
Lemoyne.
a couple. We beat the crap out of those teams that played.
Well, they did. They
Bro,
beat,
they had almost 80 turnovers in those 2 games.
that was my next point.
In 2 games, you almost forced 80 turnovers. I don't care who you're playing. I do not care who you're playing. But, I mean, it's unbelievable. While these guys squeal up here because my Dallas Cowboys are getting them crap rocked right now. Yeah, you're welcome. But look at Rick Hagood coming up here, looking all fine. But
Looking like Johnny Cash, Man in Black.
yes, looking like Johnny Cash up here, man. You coming up here to talk? You just gonna help us set some stuff
I
up?
think he's going to set some stuff up. I hope I didn't mess anything up. Cool,
Okay,
cool.
Yeah, I'm very excited for. Oh my goodness! Tackle him! What an embarrassing day for me as a human. I love how the Raiders fans are laughing at me.
Because they got so much to be excited about right now.
This right here, you used to, welcome to being a Cowboys fan.
Yeah. It's very similar to
You know,
being
I decided my fate last week when they traded Von Miller last Sunday. Actually, Justin Rich, it was Monday. Justin Rich and I were on our way back from Atlanta, and I get a notification on my phone from Adam Schefter, and it says that Von Miller has been traded from the Denver Broncos.
Wait, that sent you a text?
Well, that tweet.
I thought you were on the left.
Yeah. He's connected
I'm up there, man. I am the guy who put out there that Amani Bates and Jalen Duren were going to commit to Memphis. So, a lot of people. Well, look, I'm the Memphis chapter. And
And
yeah, I
also-
also said that Penny was going to be head coach at Memphis. Nobody believes me. But
not to toot Brandon's horn or anything, but because he does like to toot it himself. But
yeah, let's go Brandon.
if you let's not start that. All right, so that'll go on for hours. That'll go on for hours. But if you 24/7 Sports put together a list of the Twitter handle to follow for every school in the country, and Brandon Bumgardner at Big Bad Bumgardner on Twitter is the Twitter handle to follow for the University of Memphis.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
dadgummit, if he don't get that blue check in the next 2 weeks,
Yeah.
me and Twitter are going to get after it. Because
I
he needs
don't
it.
deserve to be verified.
You do.
No, I
You do deserve
don't.
it.
No, I'm sitting here trying to be humble. It's kind of hard because, like, yeah, I talk. Listen, guys, excuse my language. I talk so much shit to people. I don't deserve anything.
Brandon lives rent-free in every UT and Kentucky
That's
fan.
very true.
Well, isn't some famous people blocking you too, by the way?
Yeah, Jerry Lawler.
Let's go here and hear those names.
Yeah, recently, the great O.J. Simpson blocked me on Twitter. Thankfully, he didn't do anything else. He just blocked me. But
Go ahead and tell the story. Go ahead. It's quite hilarious.
well, yes, I'll tell the story. So he put out a tweet that was like, "Hello to the world," and I was like, "Yours truly." And I go, "Hey, OJ, how's the weather?" He puts out another tweet, didn't tweet to me, and I was like, "Man, that's a killer tweet." And next thing you know, I look at my Twitter and I'm blocked out.
Imagine that.
Yeah, hey,
Look at God.
no, look at God's work. I'm also blocked by Chris Paul, Fear the King Lawler, Steve Cohen, and multiple other people. So I'm probably going to be blocked by the Dallas Cowboys after I trash this team today. I'm also going to trash the Broncos. Don't worry. So, yeah, Gary Jones is going to call me on the red hotline, man. But okay, let's get back to basketball. I'm sorry, y'all.
But when you look at this Memphis basketball team, they knocked off Lemoyne Owen, pretty big. Then they turned around and played a Lane College team coached by Memphis legend Andre Turner.
The first half of that game, when I was on the way to Atlanta, to watch it in the car.
Yeah.
The first half of that game, Lane, like, look, our team's just so much more skilled than theirs.
Right.
Andre Turner's going to have that team looking good, man.
I agree.
Lane College can play some defense, and Andre's not a pushover. We all know this. Everybody thought he was a second-hand guy. Didn't think he was going to be what he turned out to be. Luckily, not luckily, unfortunately, I wasn't allowed to see him play.
From what I've been told, he was amazing.
Yeah, I mean,
Little General, right?
Yeah,
Isn't that the nickname for
said he
him?
was
Yeah.
awesome. Played with Keith Leaf, correct?
But
Yes.
his freshman year, his nickname was Andre Turner.
Really?
Not more into
Yeah, I knew that.
general because he was a turnover machine. I was alive. I watched him play. My grandparents had season tickets at the Coliseum, so we taken to the games. And you were talking about that team with Andre Turner and William Bedford and Baskerville Holmes and Keith Lee and on and on and on.
God, that's
and
some
on.
names right there, man. When you look at the rafters of Memphis, you just named 3 or 4 guys that are in the rafters.
But he didn't start off as the second coming. You know,
Right.
His nickname was Andre Turner.
Wow.
Yep.
But Tigers got a big game Tuesday night coming up. The regular season kicks off. Got Tennessee Tech
You want
coming
to
to
hear
town.
something funny? So I looked at like the preseason rankings for all 300 and something college basketball teams. Tennessee Tech's ranked dead last.
Are they really?
Say some prayer.
I mean, I don't know if that's impressive or not.
It's not impressive at all.
I mean,
They're ranked dead last in their like the preseason college basketball rankings. Memphis is ranked like 12th.
Yeah.
This could be very, very nasty. The cool thing about basketball season though is you have an 11 a.m. kickoff against ECU and then a 6 p.m. tip-off against I don't even know who they're playing on Saturday. So they're playing. And I'm excited. I'm going to be there for both. Should be a good time. And ECU, well, now I'm talking about basketball. We have a
they're
6
playing
p.m. against
NC Central.
yeah, North Carolina Central.
Yep.
Rick, say hello to the sidecar camp. Give them a wave right there.
There you go.
There you go. Rick
Um,
Haygood, owner of Sidecar Cafe. Thank you for letting us come out here. Have a great time. Great food, great people. We really enjoy this atmosphere. Rick and his team. Make sure you tip your bartenders, your waiters and waitresses while you're here. They do a great job here, man.
how's that brisket? How's that? Take a bite, Mom. Also, my parents are here. Pretty cool.
Yeah, my parents are here. Your parents are here.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming out.
Take a bite of that. Let me know how it is.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know.
She said it's good. It means it's good.
Oh, dang it.
It's gonna be a rough year.
It's gonna be a rough year for my Dallas Cowboys.
Yes, it is. But when we talk about this Memphis basketball team, of course, another great recruiting class comes in for Penny Hardaway. Jalen Duren, Amani Bates were, of course, the 2 big names. But I think one of the biggest acquisitions for this basketball team was Earl Timberlake. When you get down to it, I think Earl is going to end up being a top 10 pick, top 15 pick in the NBA draft. I might be pushing it a little bit, but you know.
He might be an early second round pick.
You never know.
But no, he's getting over a shoulder injury.
Okay.
He played decent in the late game.
Yeah.
Didn't play very well in the first game against Lemoyne Owen, but I do believe that Earl Timberlake's going to have a very big, just bounce from Miami to Memphis. He is projected to be an NBA draft pick this year. I really do think that he'll be good. And don't get me wrong, we all love Alex Lomax. He's a Memphis kid. I don't expect Alex Lomax to be starting very long at the point guard position, especially if you have a guy like Earl Timberlake, or if you look at the second game when Amani played, Amani with the ball in his hands, he looked pretty dang good himself.
He looks extremely comfortable playing that position.
He does, and he's never played that position.
I saw a video, I saw a video a while back, or it was last week, where Penny was working with him. He had trash cans in front of him, and he was just showing him, a little dribble move. But what I loved the most was the fact that Penny Hardaway teaches not only what the move is, but why he's teaching the move. He teaches exactly what he wants. Got a good look at Sidecar Cafe. That thing is sharp looking. That's fresh, man. It's got the new logo on it and the whole bit. That is
So
good
now
looking.
you've been drafted to the Sidecar Cafe.
I've been drafted to Rick Haygood Sidecar Cafe.
Well, you can't lose if you get drafted by Rick Haygood.
And not lose at all.
Can't lose.
Well,
You said you're going to block me on Twitter. I wouldn't want it any other way. I would not want it any other way.
he will be honored to take that block.
Yes. But when you look at this basketball team, Brandon, we've got NC Central coming up, you've got Tennessee Tech coming up, you've got the NIT tip-off coming up with a Virginia Tech team. It's going to be pretty good. I think that'll be our first big matchup of the month. But I don't see this high.
Al, you want the hat now? Yeah, the hat. The Sidecar Cafe hat. You want me to bend the bill?
It's a flat bill. You don't bend flat bills out.
Yeah,
You don't-
You sound like my uncle telling me to bend my bill.
You don't bend flat bills.
Oh, you can bend that bill.
He's going to wipe it.
Oh,
I know he's going to. Also, got to give a shout out to our bartender, Miss Danielle. She's doing an incredible job. Everybody give her a hand. She's the greatest. Don't care what anybody says. But when you look at this basketball team, Brandon, talk a little bit about this month. It's a first month of basketball.
You don't go undefeated this month.
Well, that's what I was getting ready to say. I don't.
First game on Tuesday, you played Tennessee Tech, then you played North Carolina Central. You move in, so the only game that scares me, but St. Louis is a very interesting matchup.
That game concerns me.
They've always given Memphis problems. The last time we played them, I believe we lost in the NCAA tournament. The
Right.
Will Arkansas for years, the Packers won 30 years
Yep.
here.
Yep.
That was a tough game. I'll never forget that. Will Barton played his ass off in that game. The rest of the team couldn't do anything. Then you move into a team you lost to last year, like Kentucky, but luckily they lost a lot of players, and that there's no reason you should lose any of the teams in the month of November. Then you go to New York City and you play a Virginia Tech team on Thanksgiving, or the day before Thanksgiving. That should be really fun to watch. I'm so excited to watch these games. I mean, you got 5 decent matchups. I mean, the first 2 games probably aren't too much of a that's hilarious. Nathan's wife just texted him, and the name on it is Lord Voldemort. Oh, okay. That's not his name. I don't know who Lord Voldemort is, but
It ain't his wife.
that is hilarious. But no, Nathan, what do you think about this 5-game stretch that we're going to have?
I mean, it's going to look great. This stretch is going to be awesome. No, it's going to be awesome. I think To me, I think the only one giving him trouble is Cody. I think Virginia Tech's going to give him a lot of issues. And that's our concern right now. It's going to be Virginia Tech in that.
I mean, Will and I have been talking about it since we've been talking Tiger basketball. The reason that St. Louis game concerns me so much is because they have the slowest pace of play in the country, whereas Memphis is probably going to have one of the fastest paces of play in the country. It's just going to be very interesting to see how that game ends up. But I completely agree. I don't think we lose a game this month. I think we win the NIT. I think we win the season NIT, the preseason NIT, season tip-off, whatever the crap they call it now. I think we win that. I think this Memphis team is poised to make a deep run in the NCAA tournament, and I'm not trying to, overhype them or anything. I just think that hype is real and it's there, and it deserves to be there. When you look at Penny Hardaway, look at the job he's done, not only on his players brought in, but look at the staff he's brought in. You go and you fight like hell, and you get Larry Brown on your staff. You've already got Cody Topper, who's one of the most ingenious offensive minds in the nation.
I just got a tweet from somebody on Twitter named John Dawson. He said, "This is your fault, Chiefs team."
Great job.
John was calling me out earlier this week saying I shouldn't become a Cowboys fan because he's just a little salty bitch. Excuse the language, but it is what it is. There's a lot of people on Twitter that don't like me, and I don't like them. So there's that.
Yeah. But when you look at this basketball team, Brandon, talk a little bit about where you see. Oh God, I don't know what y'all are conspiring about, but it's not good. Oh Lord, it's concerning. I'm concerned. When you look at this basketball team, Brandon, we're going to talk a little bit of women's basketball shortly. When you look at this team, where do you see this team going this year?
Rick, where do we see this basketball team going this year?
We got one saying national championship.
We got national championship commented here. Where do we see this team going this year? We talked about it 2 months ago. Well, yes. So Rick and I 2 months ago, when Imani committed, I was here the day Imani committed. He was behind the bar. We were talking. I looked at him and said, if Memphis doesn't make it to the second weekend of the tournament, this is the bust season. You have to at least make the Sweet 16. I'm not going to say that it'll be a disappointment if you lose in the Sweet 16, but you at least have to make it to the second weekend of the tournament to be considered a good season for the University of Memphis. But yeah, no. This team's really good. It's very, very, very exciting to have just this feeling back with Memphis basketball. And you know what? The last time the Memphis football team struggled, Memphis basketball made a good run of the tournament. Between me and you, but no, I'm sure nobody in the crowd just understood what I said. But you did. I do think that I don't know what's wrong with the Cowboys. Don't talk to me. I just started liking them.
I thought it was for your. Oh yeah.
I'm a lifer since I was 26 years old.
Which is today.
Yes.
Well, look, I want to do this. Take our mind off of this game.
Yes, take our mind off. I'm sure everybody in here is except for 3 people. Yeah, Jerry Judy's back. He was back last week.
Let's talk about next month.
Yes, so
that's going to be.
Memphis basketball, their toughest stretch of basketball is definitely going to be in the month of December. You go, Georgia's not going to be a tough game. They're not very good. But then you go at Ole Miss, Murray State at home, who's always a good team, Alabama at home. Then you play Tennessee in Nashville. You got 2 ranked matchups right there. A mid-major team who makes a tournament almost every year, and then an Ole Miss team who's just going to threaten to make the tournament this year.
Howard Davis is a good coach.
He's one hell of a coach. And you know what? I put a tweet out there last week that I respect. This is why I respect Ole Miss more than I respect Tennessee. Kermit Davis came out and said in an interview 2 weeks ago he doesn't see why Ole Miss and Memphis shouldn't play every single season of basketball.
Good.
Him and Penny Hardaway have come to an agreement that they're going to play basketball every single season.
Good.
It's good for both programs. It's not like there's 5-star recruits walking around in Oxford, Mississippi. So yes, it could have hurt Memphis to an extent, but also lose that game. It's not going to hurt you, you know. I don't expect Memphis to lose that game. I expect a lot of Memphis fans to go down there and travel. Brandon McManus just missed a kick. The Dallas Cowboys are going to come back and win this game. Mark my words. But no, I really think that
Got a long way to go and a short time to get there, buddy.
yeah,
4:43 to go in the third. You're down 19. Good luck.
yeah,
I'm not a Cowboy fan, so I don't care.
you're a sorry Titans fan.
I will leave.
You say go Blues?
Yes.
Go Blues. Hey, one of the best teams in the NHL right now.
Yes.
We can talk hockey all day. But no, who?
Who?
We had somebody in the crowd who said, "Go Panthers."
Talking
What?
about Carolina, like,
Yeah, been relevant since D'Angelo played there.
hockey.
No, Carolina Panthers have the best record in the NHL right now.
No, Florida Panthers. Florida
See, that
Panthers.
shows you how much I know about the Panthers and hockey.
If we go back,
Yeah.
Well, I can talk Blues hockey.
Yeah, we can talk Blues hockey.
but if we go back.
Who are you a fan of,
to
Al?
college football, the new rankings are out, guys.
College football rankings are out. Okay, let's go in here for a second.
This is the,
Brandon, did you know that Al is a fan of the Detroit Red Wings?
That's disgusting.
It makes me.
You are the worst type of fan. Well, who is your baseball team? You don't like baseball. That's the most un-American comment I've ever heard in my life. I don't have a baseball team. Come on now. Well, yeah. Well, you know, I was born in '95. You should have picked one up right after that. All right, we're gonna go through your 18 top 25. Yeah. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Good job of the HUD over there. I'm just messing with you, Dad. I love you. But he's over there laughing. My mom's embarrassed.
he said Red Sox, right?
Yes, I believe so. What did you say, Al?
Red Sox.
You said somebody scored. You tell me to look at the score?
He's telling you, look at the score.
Okay.
Who's giving you a hard time?
Okay, sorry. I'm trying to get into this. This is what you get if you come to a live show, y'all.
Off the
You get to
rails.
interact with us. We'll start talking about something. You say something to us, we'll get lost. It's a lot of fun.
That's how it happens.
See, we got them laughing out here in the crowd today. You can say anything. I am so ADHD that you can say one thing to me and I'll completely forget what we were trying to say. What were you showing me?
Well, look. I got right here the new AP ranking for college football.
That's what we were talking about.
The new rankings. Georgia, number 1, of course. Cincinnati, number 2.
Yeah, they'll still be like 7th of those.
Alabama, number 3. Oklahoma, number 4. Number 5, Oregon. Number 6, Ohio State. Notre Dame got to number 7. Michigan State dropped to number 8.
Okay.
Michigan's at 9. Oklahoma State is at 10.
Okay, so that's your top 10.
And
Where's Ole Miss?
Ole Miss is at 12. And I'll go ahead and say this. Houston is up to 17 now.
Good. So the Houston Cougars are ranked 17th in the country. So when we go down there in 2 weeks and beat their ass, we'll have 2 ranked ones this year.
Three.
Yeah, Mississippi State is out of the top
Mississippi State
25.
is out of the top 25.
I mean, look, as a lifetime University of Memphis fan and somebody whose entire family lives in the Starkville area, I cheer for the Bulldogs, as many of our viewers know. But they did lose yesterday. They lost yesterday, and I don't know if everybody saw Mike Leach's comment after the game, but they are having campus-wide tryouts for kicker.
Yeah. He tweeted it out.
He tweeted out.
He said,
they're going to have
we need
campus
a-
wide tryouts for their kicker, which is hilarious to me. Dang it, Cowboys, what are you doing?
But you know, last night, speaking of Mississippi State, that game last night, you can't put that on that kicker. At the end of the game, you can't put it on the kicker. It was a bad snap.
State shouldn't have they played bad defense late in the game. Hayden Jefferson.
He's fun to watch. Man. He really is.
He is. And you know, he had
He's
that
big
extra
as hell.
He is. But he had that extra hook because he was playing with a team from the state he's from. What, an hour and a half down the road?
He's from Sardis.
2 hours
So,
from where he's from.
Yeah, he's from Sardis.
Same kind of, I mean, he lost Ole Miss this year in a very, very good football game down there in Oxford. He wasn't going to lose to Mississippi State. He wasn't going to allow it to happen. Happy for the Arkansas fans, even though I don't like all of you. But
They're going to a bowl. They just don't know where. Well, they may be going to Birmingham.
no, I mean, they can have.
And, well, we may be in Birmingham.
Well, no,
I hope not.
I think we're going to go to like the Independence Bowl.
That'd be cool. Shreveport's right down the road.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. You know what else would be cool?
If we won.
Yeah, if our bowl game is not the same day that Memphis plays Tennessee in basketball, that'd be very cool.
That good point. Good point. That would suck because you would be at the game. Yeah.
Yeah, go to the Tennessee Memphis game.
That'd be rough.
Yeah.
That'd be rough. Probably the same time
It's gonna
too.
be sold out, that Memphis Tennessee basketball game.
It's already close to being sold out. I know a couple of my friends out here in the crowd are going to that game, so should be a good time. I'm very excited for that.
So Brandon, we talked a little bit about Memphis men's basketball. Now let's talk about the women's basketball. Very excited for new head coach, Miss Merriweather, Katrina Merriweather. She came over from Wright State, brought her entire staff over, which I think is very cool. Let's talk a little bit about this women's team. I'm excited for them. They got Xavier coming up. Is that Tuesday night? Is that right?
Yeah.
Tuesday night, Xavier comes to El Marone Fieldhouse. By the way, if you guys haven't seen the upgrades, they have made incredible upgrades to that
They
facility.
didn't just do it to the gym. They did it in the locker rooms,
Yeah.
the hallways, and everything there. Like the bathrooms and the hallways there were ancient.
Oh, I mean, that place was bad.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was terrible. It was a high school gymnasium.
I mean,
It's not worse.
for a while, they wouldn't even charge them to get in, right?
No, I think they only do for certain games. But no, that women's program is going to be pretty good this year, man. Well, but they're going to build on something
Yes.
this year.
I
I'm
mean,
not going to sit here and tell you they're going to go win the conference, but I will tell you that they're going to compete.
Yeah.
And they're not going to be blown out like
No.
we're used to seeing.
Right.
These girls want to win. Coach Merriweather wants to win. And I hope and pray that they can get it going. And hell, maybe they surprise us this year. Go out and win the conference and go to the NCAA tournament.
It'd be great to see.
I mean, up until McFerrin got here, we were a regular in the NCAA tournament for
Yeah,
men's and women's basketball.
Somebody help me with the name of the women's coach. Joy Lee Mellis, I believe is how you pronounce it. She left and went to Southern Miss.
Yeah.
She actually passed away from cancer. Yeah, but she was a great coach, great ambassador for the university. And I feel like that's really what I'm more excited about with this new coach is the fact that she can be a good image for the university.
Yeah.
No offense, but Melissa McFerrin just seemed like a stick in the mud.
Yeah, she didn't care.
I don't think she did.
She was here to collect a paycheck, and that was about it, you know. But yeah, Coach Merriweather seems to be bought in. She wants these young women to come win. They had support at Memphis Madness, which is really cool to see. Hopefully, I'll be able to go to some games over there this year. And they have a really good season, build something off of what Coach Merriweather intends to do with this program.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. When you look at just the Memphis city as a whole and their sports, look at the Redbirds, look at Memphis FC Soccer Club, Tigers, Grizzlies. Right now, sorry, maybe it's not on one FC. When you look at this city, it's fun to be a Memphis sports fan right now.
Oh, yeah.
The city's alive.
Fun as it almost has ever been. I mean, other than Grizzlies getting absolutely blown out the other night, You've got good things going on here. That Tiger basketball starts Tuesday. Memphis just won a ranked matchup in football for the first time this season.
No, was Mississippi State?
I know when FC was in the playoff.
Mississippi State was ranked?
They were not ranked when we beat them.
I was thinking they were.
No, they were not ranked. But yeah, you have some really, really good matchups. Well, not matchups, but like events going on through the Memphis area right now. The only thing that's missing right now is the Memphis Redbirds, you know?
Yeah. And when is that?
March.
March.
April. But yeah, no, I'm very excited to have a good quality athletics program as far as the University of Memphis right now. You look at the women's soccer team, it just won the conference championship we mentioned earlier. You look at the University of Memphis football team, it's got a ranked win, as I said. Men's basketball starts on Tuesday. Women's basketball starts on Tuesday. It should be a lot of fun. Not to mention, December is going to be cranked up. You got a lot of events coming into the city. I mean, WWE's having 2 shows in Memphis this December. Tigers, people that work at the forum are going to be just going on. You got all these concerts, all these games, all these events.
Right.
Which is, I mean, it's good for the city. It brings a lot of revenue in. Yes. That's what we're excited about.
And now, did I see where they're moving Bill Street Barbecue or the music festival to Tiger Lane? Is that correct?
Music Fest and Barbecue Festival both be held on Tiger Lane this coming year.
That is, I mean, how are you going to do that? Like, there's thousands of people.
They've done Barbecue Fest at Tiger Lane before. They did it when the flood happened in 2011.
Music Fest too?
No, I don't think they held Music Fest that year. No, they had it in Shelby Farms. They did have it in Shelby Farms. But no, the only reason they're doing this is because of the city making a tough decision and deciding to redo Tommy Park down there. But it is what it is, you know.
Yeah.
But no, Barbecue Fest is my favorite time of the year. I would be out there on Tiger Lane and I would be maybe in a pool of myself as I usually do.
There you go. Good job.
I'm going to represent my parents very well.
Do you want to get the man, the myth, the
You
legend?
want to get the man up here? The man, you want to come up here? Come on up here. Everybody, ladies and gentlemen, please give Rick Haygood a round of applause. Thank you for coming up here, having us host. We're going to talk some Tiger sports. We're going to talk some Sidecar Cafe, future plans for Sidecar, everything like that. Rick, how you doing today, man?
I'm all right.
He's all right.
It's all right.
Just all right.
He's all right.
Just all right today. You're not good. You're not great. You're just here.
Long drive. Been on the road. Had to go to my niece's birthday party. So a lot of activities with a lot of very young kids.
Ooh,
So, yeah.
I don't wear you out.
He's being a youth leader. I understand.
Yeah.
Except my kids were a little more dramatic because they're in middle school. So, what's all
Have you been to a 7-year-old's birthday party at a skating rink?
No.
Talk about dramatic.
Yeah.
Evidently it sucks. But once again, Rick, thank you very much for letting us come back. We had a great time the first time. We're having an amazing time again today. Talk a little bit about this establishment and then also talk about some future plans that you've got going on.
Well, obviously, this place right here has been around going on 20 years now. Mike Rubilio started the place 20 years ago. So it's become a local icon for a place around here. And when the unfortunate events happened of Mike passing, and the restaurant partners, they got together and made an offer to get the place, got into some negotiations. We took it over and had the idea of basically keeping it just like it was. We added a few things, pool tables, pinball machines, stuff like that. That was more due to COVID changing the way that everybody does business, to be honest with you. So what we expected to have when we took over on March 14th changed dramatically 12 days later when COVID shut us all down. But we pushed through to the point to where we'll be opening our second location hopefully in the next month or so down in South Haven. And it'll be the same food, same beautiful faces as myself and Mike. And hopefully we can get rid of Courtney. Oh, sorry, Courtney. I didn't see you over there. But yeah, we're excited about opening another location and then getting to the tip of the SIP and seeing some of those North Mississippi folks. And getting in some talks with Memphis Hustle. We'll be right there in the Landers Center.
Yeah.
So maybe we can do some pre-game, post-game stuff with them. Obviously, all the events that happen at the Landers Center will be fun to be a part of that. So a lot of things on the horizon, not just with Sidecar, but with Tandem in general. You know, we have the group has 7 local restaurants, and they're expanding 2 or 3 every few months.
So what, sorry to interrupt, what all locations does Tanner have?
So we have, of course, Sidecar, Cafe Society, Growlers, the music venue, Sugar Grits downtown, Beignets on Main Street, the original Zinnies.
I do love some beignets.
Beignets are good, and Beignets has some great beignets.
Oh,
Sounds like it.
It's amazing how they sell beignets at Beignets. I don't know why they do that, but whatever they want to do.
Sure, they
I
don't
would
sell
personally.
donuts, just beignets.
It
Oh,
is beignets, it's real beignets. I mean, the guys from New Orleans. So
Oh, really?
Wow.
that's what I was about to ask. Is it a
Beignets.
knockoff? It's real deal
They
authentic?
sell beignets at beignets, y'all.
Now,
Oh,
here at Sidecar, you cannot get a Sidecar drink. Let you know that. We do not sell Sidecars at Sidecar.
oh, you don't?
We don't sell brandy.
Ooh.
We don't have brandy here, so we don't do Sidecar.
Interesting.
So,
That's really cool that you've got that much, encompassed into that one, organization.
right. And then the reach that Tandem has is pretty amazing. Like I said, we're expanding constantly. There's a lot of things on the horizon, a lot of things in the works. A lot of places that people are seeing go by the wayside are not necessarily going away. They're just in transition mode, and I can kind of leave it at that.
Yeah.
I'll let y'all put 2 and 2 together if you're proud.
It looks like your little one came up here to see Dad get interviewed.
I see that. Hey, man.
She's giving Dad a hug. It
Come
looks
on
like,
up.
she's
No, come
coming
on
up here.
up. You get on camera.
Give him
Come
a
on
hug.
up.
There we
There
go.
you go.
Look at this family now. Sidecar Cafe,
We bring people
4-Star
together.
Sports Media. We're bringing the family all together.
Yeah, so probably all who wonder why kids are in Sidecars because I have a 9-year-old, and so that's why.
There you go. Well, hey,
Um,
Sidecar's got some of the best food on there, man.
Man, I'll tell you right now, I just absolutely,
Yeah, there was food on that place when I got here.
there was this brisket quesadilla. It went down like water, man. It was just so good. The brisket's got great flavor to it. Very, very, oh, it's incredible,
See,
man.
like my friends with you on Facebook, so is Wes.
And
Saw
this
you make a
stuff,
post the other day about Rick's chili.
yeah. I was gonna ask you about that.
I'm actually in on my off day to create some more.
Okay,
So I'm
okay.
gonna go actually this week. But yeah, it sold out pretty quick.
I also saw you had a
I don't know
little,
if Pat's still here, but
Pat's here.
Pat's probably my best advocate for my 3-alarm chili wherever he's at. I saw him earlier, but yeah,
He told me not to call him.
No, we can't call him
He told me not to call him.
that. It's a rule. We
He
can't
said it's a
do
rule.
no,
We use
You
full
can.
light music on
Yeah.
the show.
then you have to use that. But see, I just say Pat, nobody knew I was talking about it.
it. Well, we did it, but yeah, I got you. Yeah. I mean, we love the intro music, so we don't want to mess that up.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to.
No,
No, man, this place, I had never been here. My parents had come here when Mike Revelio owned it. And my first time out here was watching a Tiger game on the patio last year. And I mean, we were friends on Facebook before that, but I just never met you in person. And then I got involved with Wes and 4-Star Sports Media. We've grown and grown and grown. I mean, we're having a live show right now. We're launching our own website here, and we'll show it to you when we get off air. It's pretty cool. But I mean, there's a TV wall
I was
out there.
getting
It's the
ready to
biggest
ask,
TV wall.
how big is
It is.
And apparently there's a rumor going around that the Sidecar in South Haven is gonna have a bigger TV wall.
Is that possible?
Is that even possible?
It is possible, not only 1, but 2 TV walls.
Oh,
We're breaking
you
news.
got, yeah, hey, that's gonna turn into not just a biker friendly bar, it's gonna turn into a full on sports bar.
It will definitely have a lot of sports behind it. That's kind of where I come from. I mean, I don't say the last time I listened to anything other than sports talk radio.
Yeah, I mean, I'll call you at midnight and we'll just talk Tiger basketball.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'll wake up out of my dead sleep, talk for hours. Tigers.
Yeah, I feel like I probably called you a couple times. You were asleep. You're like, all right, cool. Let's
There
roll.
might or might not have been a couple of situations with ineligibility that we talked about. That
Yeah.
I couldn't talk to nobody. You couldn't talk to nobody. But
Nope.
my God, we could talk to each other.
Yeah. that's the one good thing about our friendship. We can talk to each other if we know things.
Right.
So, Rick, how can people follow you or Sidecar on your social media platforms before we get into a little Tiger talk with you?
Well, we've got Sidecar obviously on Facebook. We've got Sidecar South Haven on Facebook now. You can go follow that, look for the upcoming things it's going to be doing with Sidecar South Haven. We're out here at 2194 Whitten Road, right next to Memphis Harley Davidson. Our social media presence is not as great as it probably should be, but we're working on that.
Same.
And maybe I can jump on your.
We hired somebody named Bumgarner to run our social media.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to jump on his coattail and see if he can't drag me along with him.
Yeah. No, man. So let's just get into a little bit of Tiger talk. So you were at the game yesterday.
I was there.
What did you think about Seth Hennigan's performance, man? That kid, and we've already talked about it with Al and a couple other people here. You just got here, so. But just talk about Seth's performance yesterday and just him with that alien shoulder injury and everything like that, coming out and throwing the way he did, playing the way he did.
Yeah, it was actually mind blowing because earlier in the week, the kid couldn't throw the ball 15 yards from what I've heard. Was struggling to really put together a full practice.
Yeah,
we
talked about it. Talked about it.
And then even coached it himself. It's not like he's going to get out there and just, swing the ball 60 times down the road. And the first pass right out of the gate, 55-yarder right there should have been dropped in the bucket. It was real close. And then the last I saw, I don't know the final stats on it, but I know he swung the ball at least 55 times.
Yeah, he had 59 throws.
59, was it 59?
He ran a total of 91 plays yesterday in the game. Seth Hennigan was 34 of 53 for 392.
Okay.
I was 6 off. You were a little bit closer.
Right there at it, yeah.
91 plays is a lot of plays.
That is a lot of plays.
Against a team like SMU, who's got one of the top offenses and top defenses in the country.
Yeah, I definitely expect more.
And I believe they played Navy earlier this year, and they blew Navy out. You think about a team that holds the ball and runs a lot of plays. Navy can run a lot of plays on you, especially if they're going third and short. They're going for it on fourth down. But we were at what 91 or so?
We were in 91 plays. Right? I mean, really, when you look at out of those 91, I mean, we threw 53 passes. We ran 37 runs.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fairly balanced, I think. We only ran for 22 yards, but Seth Hennigan looked like a man on a mission yesterday.
He definitely was very poised to come back from an injury like that and to be able to just really command the offense. Like he did pretty much what he wanted to do out there is what it looked like. I love his decision making when he does get in trouble. He doesn't make this. I know he threw the one pick. I'm not really sure that 100% on him. I'm not going to blame somewhere, but I saw some movement in the offense there that I felt like might have been a little wrong on that play. But it is what it is that happened. But I don't know if we all talked about this yet. Like I said, you got 91 plays and you play a game that solid. Yeah, there was 23, 24, 25 freshmen that played.
Oh yeah.
So there was a lot of freshmen on the field.
You got at least 3 redshirt freshmen on the O-line. You got redshirt freshman running at running back.
Yeah.
You have a true freshman at quarterback and a true freshman at corner. They're Ruben, by the way.
He's going to be.
He's going to be good.
He's in the NFL.
He's good. He's good.
He was down on the field pregame, just getting some pictures, kind of talking to some guys, stuff like that. And man, it's really now. Keep in mind, I'm a tall 5'4". So, I mean, when you look at, Greg Rubin's huge, man. Yeah. Easy.
My roller looks different. Sorry.
It's all good. But when you oh goodness, we almost went down a whole left field. We almost went down a back road. Yeah, you never know. You get it. Yeah, live, raw, and uncut. But when you look at this Memphis team, Rick, we're one win away from a bowl game for our 9th consecutive year.
That,
Ninth.
They're really nice.
You graduated high school in 2014.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. I feel so old.
Yeah. Well, you are.
Well, I wasn't saying that. Yeah.
What about Hector the Dallas? What are my Dallas Cowboys doing?
They're losing.
Hey, Patrick, be quiet. You played the Rams today. You're about to get destroyed. He said losing. Yeah.
But Rick, when you look at this Memphis team, so now possibly an eighth consecutive bowl game. As a lifelong Tiger fan, like my stepdad's here, he hasn't missed a home game since '85. Yeah, right there, Steve Turpin. Yeah, '85. Talk a little bit about what that means. I mean, as a lifelong Tiger fan like him, I think a lot of the issue is, no offense, Brandon, but we've got a lot of young fans that don't know what it's like to not succeed as a football program. And I think that's where a lot of the criticism on the staff, players, all that comes. But talk a little bit about that win yesterday, because that's a big win, and we control our own destiny right now.
Oh, 100%. Going into yesterday's game, as big as a fan as I am, and as much as I want to drink the blue Kool-Aid, I just didn't have, Noah Seth coming off of an injury like that, seeing what SMU did with Houston. Both of those teams are good teams, as much as we don't want to admit it. They're good teams. And coming into that game, I wanted to have all the faith in the world in my guys, but I was worried. And then to see them put together a full game of actual solid defense. Now, on special teams, we've got to work on a few things there.
There's issues.
I can't remember the last time that we didn't have a kicker. I've been a fan since '85.
Listen, a lot of people being close to Riley Patterson. Trust me. All my friends that are here, my parents, they know I'm close to that family. I talk to Kevin Patterson, Riley's dad, weekly. It is heartbreaking to watch us not have just a game this year. We can return the ball. That's about it.
As a matter of fact, we actually scored all 28 points on fourth down.
Yeah.
When's the last time you've seen it?
I don't know if I've ever seen
I
that.
have never seen it.
And at that point, with those,
4th and 11, 4th and 2, 4th and 3, and I think it was like 4th and 10.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
those type of
And you
numbers,
gotta talk about-
do you even run the ball now?
Listen, we talk about stones. Ryan Silverville had stones yesterday, man.
And especially that taking the power play where he snaps it through the legs.
Beautiful. Like, he actually got that from Oregon State.
We talked about really
yeah, we talked
Oregon
about
State 5 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
That play
so-
was run twice yesterday.
Yeah.
really?
Same play was run twice, both for touchdown. Memphis ran it, and I just saw another team who just ran it.
Really?
Yeah. I'll have to look up
Look
again.
at you bringing information to
Yeah,
us. I love it.
both two times it was run rush yesterday. Exact same play, snapped through the legs, and thrown over the top, both for touchdowns.
Yeah.
It was impressive.
Well, we're now sitting at 5-4. Got ECU coming in, a good ECU team. I'm not going to take anything from them. Mike Houston's done an amazing job. We talked about it earlier. That team offensively is prolific. They can score. They can score.
You have to be kidding me.
Yeah, they're down 27-0 right now. Brandon is just not having a good day. Not having a good day at all. It looks like he's got to tear up a little.
No, I'm not gonna tear up. It's very, like, I'm more mad at the Broncos right now than I am the Cowboys. Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, y'all are gonna be
That's so
terrible this
appreciated.
the rest of the year anyways. You lost your workhorse. Julio Jones is a bum. The only player you have right now is AJ Brown. We have a Raiders fan next to me. The Raiders are gonna be better than y'all this year.
Whoa. Who's the Raiders fan?
You.
No. I'm a Vegas fan, not a Raiders fan. I'm Bear down, baby. The Bears over here.
Oh.
Yeah. I was just offering a Vegas trip because we can go for cheap and stay for a long
Bring me a Raiders hat. Just kidding.
But Rick, when you look at this team, I mean, 5-4. Yep, 5-4. We control our own destiny. Like I talked to Brandon earlier, I honestly believe we've got a shot to play Cincinnati for the conference. Now we would have to run the table. We would need some planets to align, some things to fall.
I'm not gonna put any money on that.
No, I'm not either. Yeah, but I mean, if we win what's ahead of us, there's a chance.
Opportunity to get one.
Now I'm on camera. Hello, friends. But no, you could absolutely be in the conversation of like an undefeated team right now if you don't turn the ball over as much as you've been turning it over. So, and I know it sounds like a lot of hot air, but it's the truth.
Yeah, it is. So you got Easter one coming in, little 11 o'clock kickoff.
Yes.
It's gonna be cold, very cold. Yeah, it's in the Facebook.
Okay, cool.
It's gonna be very cold again. But looking at Seth Hennigan yesterday, Rick, and that was the question going into the game was who was the quarterback? Like I said earlier, that first drive he injured. He threw. I mean, his shoulder was not popping the whole game. I don't think.
I didn't even see him stretching.
Luckily, it's his non-throwing shoulder, so he can play with it. But it's tough. Are you gonna let this guy with this Tennessee hat walk in here, boy? No, just stay down on the patio. Thank God. I'm just kidding.
Good job, Rick. Don't put inside. Stay out there, sir. Unfortunately, my partner here, Mike, he is a big Tennessee.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. He's also a Saints fan. He's a big Trevor Simmons.
He's also a Cards fan. Yeah.
Go Cardinals, baby! Go Cardinals!
White Sox fan, so I'm
The mom's a Braves fan again, somehow. She was a Cardinals fan for the last 10 years with me. And now she's like, no, the Braves win the World Series. We're coming back on the game now. My mom is the biggest bandwagon jumper on this earth. Tom Brady, the Atlanta Braves, when the Grizzlies were good, she's like,
That way he's up. I'll give you a side eye right now. That way he's up on mom right now.
now, my dad ain't gonna do anything. Came in, my mom's gonna do anything.
You still gotta go home.
Very true.
But Rick, let's transition over to Tiger basketball.
Let's go.
We are obviously excited. I know you're very excited. We've had multiple conversations on about this. Let's talk about this staff. Best staff in the country.
It blows my mind. Every time that I look at what we have on the sidelines, I've been to both exhibition games and sat there and watched. Not just see who's sitting on the sidelines, but to actually see, fans coming off the floor, and instead of him just going and sitting down, seeing Larry Brown grab and put his arm around and talk to him. To see, Taylor Green come off, Rasheed Wallace sit and talk to him and point to the floor. He's teaching exactly what he wants him to do. The knowledge that we have on these sidelines
is just, it's more than what I've seen on a college sideline. I can't think of a comparable staff. I can't, like, as far as just the wealth of knowledge. Now, obviously the wins we still have to translate the wins. We still have to do it on the court, and I get that. But it's not going to be from a lack of coaching. For all of the people out there that say Penny's done nothing with coaching, he's not X and O's, he's not situational, he can't do this, he can't do that. He's got one of the best to ever
when you look at this basketball, this city of Memphis,
Lots of eyes.
and the nation now, Penny is I mean, he's always been a household name, don't get me wrong. But now it's how far can they go? How good can this Memphis team be? Now, what I find funny is Houston's actually preseason ranked to win the whole conference.
Right.
So, but you know what? I don't have a problem with that.
I don't
Because
either.
we have to prove ourselves regardless.
Show it on the court.
Right.
Still gotta play the game. It's not like the situation that Cincinnati's in right now with, the rankings starting out behind the 8 ball, and they just don't have anything in front of them to be able to catch back up. They just don't. With basketball, all you gotta do is win. As long as you win, you can get to where you need to be. Especially starting out. I mean, we're 12.
Which I think is a good spot.
I do. I
think
like
that's
that
about
spot.
right.
10 to 15. I like that spot. It gives you room to improve.
Yeah.
And I think we improved very quickly. I definitely see us going into the Tennessee game undefeated. And if anybody wants to donate to my bail money for that trip, I got a feeling that I will.
We're going to be in the same
Yeah,
category.
we're sitting side by side, I believe, in the same holding cell, unfortunately.
Is
Hey,
there,
it's okay. At least we can hold our own in that.
can y'all,
Daggum right, we
can
can.
y'all, I mean, y'all aren't small guys. I mean,
You can call me anything but late for dinner.
that's fine.
Yes.
But a jail cell is not very big. Y'all gonna be able to fit?
Maybe.
We're good friends. We can stay close.
Not that close.
But let me ask you this, Rick. Name a couple of guys that nobody's really talking about on this Memphis basketball team that you're very excited to see.
I can't narrow that down. I'd like to see. I just want to see. I mean, obviously, everybody wants to see the touted freshman with Duran and Bates, and I want to see them guys too. DeAndre Williams, see what he's going to be able to come back and do. I'm really interested in seeing the role that Tyler Harris gets to have coming back home. I remember the city being so excited when Tyler came, and I was too. I love Tyler. Things went the way they went. He left. He's now back, and I feel like he's in a position now. He literally has a green light to just shoot. He doesn't have to do anything else. He can just shoot the ball.
Yeah.
And there's a lot behind him that's going to pick up his lack of defense. Because if you get somebody to get by you, you've still got, and you have the potential to have 6'9" Malcolm Dandridge, 6'11"
Yeah, they're
Jalen Durham
meeting
behind
a 7-footer at the
You're
rim.
right, yeah. So, I mean, if you get by Tyler, okay, fine. What are you going to do once you get past?
Oh, you're
So
not gonna do
the
much.
defense, I'm not so much worried about him with spots situational, but just to get to see Tyler really just shoot the ball like he did when he was in high school, because I went to some of those games, and that kid can put up points in a heartbeat.
I went to many Cordova High School games when Tyler Harris played at Cordova High School. He is the most special high school basketball player I've ever known.
I would say that if I wouldn't have seen Joe Jackson play at White Station, I would say the same thing.
Joe's good, but
Joe can put him up.
I didn't see Joe play much as I saw Tyler. But the one thing I'll tell you about Tyler is that kid would put up numbers in seconds. I mean, so Cordova played Eastern State Championship game. They're down 16 with 4 minutes left. Cordova lost that game by 2 points. And he scored every single point by himself down the stretch in that game to make it a 2-point game, which is just crazy because this is an East High School team that half of those players now play for Memphis. Plus some James Weissman and
Keith Lee, hands down. Mom's a Keith Lee.
Keith Lee played in West Memphis, so
Yeah.
not really a Memphis guy, but he is a Memphis
Oh,
guy.
that's a Memphis guy.
But I'm 26, so I didn't even get to see him play in the NBA. So
He wasn't even thought of when Keith Lee was playing, right? No. Yeah, your dad said you weren't even thought of at that point in time.
that's my stepdad, but he is my dad.
Still wasn't.
He
thought of.
is my dad.
Yeah.
My stepdad is my dad.
You
Always will be.
were the only hell your mama has ever raised. But guess what?
My mom told me one time I was a mistake, but I was the best mistake she ever made. So, which it's absolutely true.
Don't feel bad. See my mom.
I
right there?
take that as a compliment, man.
See my mom sitting right there. See all that gray hair? Every single one of them.
There's no gray hair. There's not a gray hair on that lady's body.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. But
Yeah.
there is. There is.
No, there's not.
They're
That's
all-
blonde. That's a blonde hair if I've ever seen it.
I call it dishwater blonde.
Thank you, sweet tea.
Sweet tea. But Rick, talk a little bit about some other freshmen. A guy that I'm really excited about watching. Minot. You took the word out of the mouth. That kid is gonna be fun to watch.
Well, and I've actually seen a couple of people talking nationally about the kid already making his way up the draft board, and he might be he might be 7 or 8. He might be 7 or 8
On
on our depth chart.
NBADraft.net, he's projected to go number 10 in next year's draft.
There you
which
go.
is just ridiculous.
And
Nobody even thought of him.
And he might be
coming in.
7 or 8 off our bench.
Yeah, nobody even thought of him coming in as being, like they thought he'd be, not a redshirt candidate, but being like a very minimum minutes guy. No, this kid's gonna get serious minutes and he's gonna get serious looks in the NBA.
He's good.
If he's a 7th or 8th guy off your bench,
It's scary.
not only is it scary, but it's gonna show recruits, hey, I can go to Memphis, be successful, and get drafted right out of that position.
Yeah.
We're gonna be loaded with talent for years to come. It's not even gonna be funny.
And here's the thing with Penny Hardaway that I love, and it's very similar to Ryan Silverfield. He loves this city. He loves
Has a passion for it.
Has a passion
He has a
for it.
passion for the city.
And just like the women's basketball coach, I feel like she loves being here. And when you're a program like Memphis, that's not a Power 5, and I hate that crap.
Right.
But
Mid-major, as people like to say.
mid-major, we're not a mid-major when it comes to basketball.
No, and there's people that'll argue that we're still a mid-major, but we're not. We're not a blue blood, but we're a blood
Yes.
of a basketball program. I think ESPN put out a ranking 2 years ago. It was like top 25 most historic programs in college basketball history. We were like 20th.
Yeah, and I mean that's very respectable. But Rick, when you talked about this team, I know earlier you said Sweet 16. I think that's a realistic expectation that I think we can meet.
I do. I think Sweet 16 is probably where we should kind of curb ourselves at. We all want to say Elite 8, Final 4, or something like that. I personally, Elite 8, think Sweet 16. It's just hard. Like I said, you do have experience on the team. You do have older guys on this team, but you don't have NCAA tournament experience. You got NIT, and yes, it's a championship. Yes, you had.
But it's
you
different.
You played after the season. You won your last game. I give you all that credit. It is it's different.
Thank y'all for coming out. We appreciate y'all being
Thank you
here.
so much.
My parents are leaving.
Man.
Bye, Mom. Love you. But Rick, man, this is a great environment, Sidecar Cafe. I have to give you and your whole crew the utmost amount of credit and respect. You guys are first class here. You
You're
really.
the one waving at the camera. Get her up here.
Yeah.
Introduce yourself.
Come on up. Come on up.
Hi, I'm Kendall.
Hi, Kendall.
Hello, Kendall.
She's not shy at all.
The woman of few words. She is not like her mother, which is my ex-wife. So I'm gonna be quiet. She might get me. Sorry, Liz. Where are you?
But Rick, once again, man, thank you for all you've done for our brand. You are a great ambassador of this city. You're a great ambassador of everything that embodies Memphis. And you're incredible, man. We really appreciate
Thank
it.
y'all so much. I appreciate y'all using Sidecar, y'all coming out. And
We want to make this
Every other
once
month
or
deal.
every other month type deal. I mean, even if you can't come in town, I could come up here and do something.
Yeah.
we can rattle off and talk for a while.
Yeah.
Hey, summertime, we might have to go to South Haven. We got a rooftop patio down
Yeah.
there with a rooftop bar.
Big fan of rooftop bars.
Yeah, so
I was in
we can take
Nashville
over
last
the
week.
rooftop.
Very fun time. Don't like the people of Nashville, but I do enjoy the city of Nashville. So
Let me ask you this, Rick. So can you give everyone, of course, your workers know, but everyone here watching and here live, can you give us a little information?
well, given the people in
That'll be-
Sidecar don't want to watch the Cowboys get killed, they wanted to watch Chiefs fans. That was just what's on that TV. So.
That will be in the former Boiling Point location, correct?
No, actually, it's the former filling station, and then it was Burley's Burgers. It's directly next door to Southern Thunder. It's right there by the water tower. So Boiling Point was sitting out on the edge. It's now Juicy J's Crab Shack. I don't know, some kind of seafood place now.
Juicy J's or
It's not Juicy J. It's
Oh.
not the Juicy. It's not the Juicy.
Oh, I was like, dang, that's
That would be,
Juicy
that'd be
J.
exciting. Nah, that would be exciting, would it not?
Yeah.
No, it's some seafood place now, but we're a little bit further in, right next to Southern Thunder. Can't miss us when you get in there.
Yeah.
We're gonna do some big things when we open up, and like I said, follow us on Facebook. You'll get a lot of updates, see what's going on.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. Cool.
Once again, gotta get a huge shout out. Got to give a huge shout out to Memphis rapper Lil White. He's in the house today at Sidecar Cafe.
Lil White.
I've been told he's a
Lil
regular
White.
here. Is that correct? He is a regular at your bar.
He keeps the TVs on. Y'all are watching. I'm not gonna.
But got to give a
He
shout
has his
out.
own remote.
Got to give a shout out to him. We have got the song "Give 'Em the Blues." He wrote it for the University of Memphis. The University of Memphis didn't use it, so he gave it to us.
You wrote it for the Grizzlies and the University.
Yeah, we use it. It's a great song. Can you name a song that he's put out that hadn't been great? Don't worry.
Be quiet.
No, I
As
can't.
Cat Williams would say, "Don't worry, I'll wait."
Right. Don't worry. I'll wait.
So we've got.
Here's the man. Hey, come on up here.
Come on
Lil White.
up. Come on up.
Don't be shy.
He's not shy.
Ah.
He's not shy.
Hey, your radio show just went from 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock. This guy talking.
But we're gonna get Memphis rapper legend. I'll say it. He's a legend.
Icon.
Okay, icon. We've got.
Legend's old, bro.
It's
I
old.
feel you.
He's not old. He's just an
I
icon.
just turned 39. I'm an icon.
Yeah. No, you didn't turn 39. You turned 21.
No, I'm proud to be 39.
Oh, okay. Okay.
When I hit this 40, we're doing an all white affair. Thank you. Oh, that's my good face.
Oh.
No, you did not. You do realize, boo, I have a 20-year-old daughter. Which means I would have had kids when I was 3.
You started early.
If I was 23 and my daughter was 20.
Simple math, sweetie. Simple math.
Simple math. Simple math. What's up, guys?
So let's talk a little bit about this song. "Give 'Em the Blues" is the official theme song of the Point Podcast.
It is. Because y'all's original theme song sucks.
Yeah, it was. Well, we didn't have one. Yeah,
We didn't have one. We were like,
So,
we
yeah,
need
it's-
something. So.
Well, all right, so I originally wrote, all right, let me rephrase that. Me and my producer over here,
And there's the producer of the song right
big
there.
sexy himself, Andrew Saino, by the way, Saino Mode Productions. We were sitting at the house one night, and you know, these days you don't have to have $1 million studio, like you really
Right.
don't. Like
Look at us.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, like as long as you got good software and a good computer, good microphone, good headphones, you're gonna make good music. It don't matter no more. So we were sitting at the house one night, and I was like, "Hey, man, okay, I want to make a theme song for the Tigers."
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Nice. I give that about a 7.5.
That was like a 3.5.
No, that was a good one.
If he would have held it a little longer. it'd be
Anyway,
nice.
so we were sitting at the house one night, and I was like, we've been working on music like all week, and I said, "Hey, man, I think the Tigers were actually playing. I want to say the Tigers were playing basketball, and I had like 2 or 3 of my buddies over the house, and I was like, I want to make a theme song for the Tigers. I was like, but I want it to be very Memphis.
Yeah.
And like within literally 3 minutes, I came up with the chorus.
Oh wow.
I could be wrong. Samuel, help me out if you can hear me. It didn't take me long to come up with that hook. Because give them blues.
Yeah.
We're Memphis. Memphis blues.
Yeah.
Blues. It all just made sense. And I was like, we got to do something for the. And I actually got the idea from alcohol.
Okay.
Not the song idea, but just the idea itself of doing a song for the
Kind of because he ran kind of with the University of Memphis fight song and did his own thing, or okay.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. And alcohol's like a big brother to me. I call him. He's like the uncle of the game, and he's always been so, you know, in touch with the city's sports and anything the city does. I got to give my brother Alcohol a shout out because he's always involved.
Yeah.
And you know, like I'm getting to the point like where I want to be more involved with the city. I'm getting older. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to do more for the city if I can.
Yeah.
If they don't want it,
It's fine. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the the fact that, you know, I was with 36 Mafia for 11 years.
Yeah.
I've made my mark, you know what I'm saying? I've done a lot for the city. I've even been, I just recently I'm an ambassador of Memphis, Tennessee. I have paperwork.
Look at you.
Official.
Yes, I'm an ambassador.
So speaking of 36 Mafia, can you talk a little bit about what they mean to you? Like as far as your music.
How much time do you have?
Yeah.
Turned into a 7 o'clock show now.
Well, just be brief.
All right, I'll be brief. All right, for one, I'm gonna be very brief.
Because you were very young, am I correct?
Yes, I'm gonna make it very brief, but I'm gonna make a lot of sense. All right, my birthday is October 6th. 6.
Right.
That's the start right
Yeah.
there. October's also the month of Halloween.
Right.
36 Mafia got together on Halloween.
Oh.
DJ Paul and Lord Infamous shot their very first song in 1991 on Halloween night.
Was it Hitta, Mugga?
No. It was way before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I actually don't even think the original song was actually ever released. It
Really?
was just something that they released, you know, in their house, just
Right.
home studio. So my birthday being Halloween month, and my birthday being on the 6th, my dad was a big Dale Earnhardt fan my whole life. Like,
Praise hell, praise Dale, baby.
praise Dale, praise Dale.
Woo! Oh, we've got
Oh,
he's got a 3 tattoo on there.
I got a Lord Infamous tattoo over there too.
Nice.
There you go.
Very nice.
Praise Dale, praise Dale.
Praise hell, praise Dale, baby.
So, my whole life, no joke, my whole life, I was in my house, it was like threes everywhere.
Yeah.
From my dad's hats to his everyday other t-shirt when he went to work, to autograph posters from Daytona, to, you know, like for real, like everywhere in my dad's house was just Dale Earnhardt, everything. My mom and my dad. So between my dad being a big Dale Earnhardt fan, having them threes everywhere, my lucky number's always been 6. When 36 Mafia came out, it just made sense to me. And I mean, before I even knew what the music was, I mean, I think they came out when I was 12.
Yeah.
94 was when the Mystic Styles dropped.
Right.
I was 12 years old. So,
Great album.
Oh, still a great album.
Yeah.
You can still pop that thing in and listen.
Not gonna lie, I'm not as informed as Wes on this.
Oh, man.
Mystic Styles was the very first 36 Mafia album that made it to national stage.
Okay,
That was
okay.
the one that had.
My first 36 Mafia like introduction
Wing of
was
Smoke Career.
no. What was it? They won was it an Emmy or an Oscar? And they're on stage.
Wow.
Yeah, that was like
You're
my
behind,
first, yeah.
brother.
I mean, I'm 26, so yeah, I'm a baby. I'm a baby. I'm a big baby.
So you missed all of their stuff,
I did.
man. You missed
Well,
sipping
for
on some
example,
syrup
here we
and
go.
all
I missed
that.
everything up until Hustle and Flow.
Here we go. They came out, I heard of them when I was 12, 1994. They won the Oscar in 2006.
Yeah.
See about
12 years
Hey,
behind.
12 years behind you, 15. Yeah.
But also, when I was in high school, my best friend in high school, his name was Lil Black. He was obviously a black guy.
Right. Yeah, I put two and two together. Man.
I'm pretty sure you know that.
Right.
Um,
Some days.
but my real name is Patrick.
Right.
And, back in the day,
By the way, no one can call him that.
I
You can't call him Patrick.
yes, you can. Sidecar only. Don't
Oh, okay.
Don't call me Patrick on the street, though. I don't know you out there. I know you can hear.
Gotcha.
So my real name is Patrick. And when I first started rapping, everybody called me Lil Pat.
Yeah.
And my buddy was like, Patrick, that's what I love. I'm calling him Lil Pat from now on.
Lil Pat.
Lil Pat, what it do, bro?
You've got a name now, Patrick. I mean, you've had a name, but you know.
No, you got a street nickname now.
Yeah.
You are now Lil Pat.
You got-
here on out.
You got street cred and didn't even know.
He just got a great nickname that I'm going to call him the rest
literally
of his
just
life.
got Lil White's retired rap name given to you. You should be proud. Okay?
Yeah.
Amen.
That's an
So,
honor.
so what I would do is in biology class, I would literally, and this was right before lunch, I would literally write a verse as fast as I could.
Yeah.
Right before the bell rang. I would memorize it, which is actually still to this day pretty impressive the way I look back at it.
Right.
Because I had a different process. Everybody else would go to the lunchroom and just freestyle off the top of their head. Not your
Where did you go to high school?
I went to West Side High School in Fraser.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm from the real street.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Shout out
I
Fraser
would-
Boy, by the way.
Shout out Fraser Boy, by
Another
the way.
great rapper.
So I would literally memorize his verse as fast as I could, and I would go to lunch while everybody else was freestyling. I had a memorized 16-bar murderous verse.
Yeah.
And I shut him down every time. And he came to me one day, he was like, you need to change your name. Lil Pat ain't gonna work. And I was like, all right, well, what's it gonna be? He was like, and at the time, he was a trip, he was a game.
Yeah.
So he spelled it BLACC.
Right.
He was like, you need to spell yours different too to stand out.
Yeah.
WYTE.
Very unique.
And I was like, it might actually work. So, no lie, fast forward 3 years, 2.5, 3 years. I've been with a group at this point. 36 Mafia is not they were originally going to sign us to a group deal, but they didn't want the whole group. They wanted a solo artist. I ended up signing a solo deal with 36 Mafia when I was 17. My mom and dad had to come to the studio, meet 36 Mafia,
Sign off.
to sign my contract because I was too young to sign a contract. And just that alone to me is just, I don't know. It's just, at 39, looking back, it's astonishing, bro. Like the fact that my freaking parents got cool with 36 Mafia.
Yeah.
After they broke CDs and threw cassettes away and ripped down posters and,
Yeah.
you know, so when my dad passed away in 08, and the week he died, everybody in the crew called me, you know, they poured out their love. Because at that point, my dad used to literally go up to the 36 Mafia studios when I wasn't even there.
Really? That's awesome.
He got so cool with Paul and Juicy, he would just show them a 12-pack of beer and a couple of joints.
That's awesome.
You know what I mean? Like, that was my dad.
Yeah.
That's where I come from. Sorry, guys. It's true.
That's all good.
He's dead now. You can't persecute him. But, yeah, like, so, right now, as we speak, so crazy. Last September, this past September, not last month.
2 months ago, yeah.
September 13th, the reason why I always remember the date, because it was 2 days after 9/11.
Yeah.
Was my 20-year anniversary signing my contract with 36 Mafia.
That's impressive.
Right?
That's awesome.
But you know what though?
It's already been 20 years.
But
man. Like,
one thing that I've always respected about you is you do it your way.
oh, I'm
and-
only going to do it my way.
and-
If you don't like it, go to hell.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, like, so just to give you a little background, I mean, of course, My Cut List is still one of my favorite rap songs
I
ever.
wish I still had that car.
Oh, but I mean, like, you've collaborated with Jelly Roll, for example.
Jelly Roll is on fire right
Dude,
That man.
he is incredible.
now. I went to the show at
Graceland?
Has he had his Opry
Yes.
moment yet? Like, I know he was.
Oh, has he not?
It's actually coming up like, I'm glad you said that because I need to talk to my wife about going.
I saw that video of Jelly Roll getting inducted into the Grand Ole Opry.
Me and my wife both were literally like 2 foot outside the camera.
Really?
When that happened. And after they told him, they were like, hey, we want you to do your Grand Ole Opry debut. After the cameras were turned off and stuff, you know, Jelly walked up to me and he gave me this big old love. He was like, Pop, what is going on? And I was like, it's your time, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I remember I was the first person that told Jelly to stop rapping and start singing.
Yeah.
Not only stop rapping. The first thing I told him, I said, sing on your choruses and rap in your
That man has one of the most beautiful voices I've ever heard in my life.
He's angelic, bro. He really is. And then not only that, like Jelly gets so much time for some stupid stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, he pays it back to the community now,
been to
which is
prison.
it's just a cool story to hear, you know.
That's what I was gonna say. He's been to prison for stupid things from when he was young, and now he's totally giving back to his own community. Like, you know, it's to see Jelly Roll.
Yeah, the Dallas Cowboys have scored 8 points. It's, yeah, and they got it, but it's still 30 to 8.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm just new to this podcast, but I can tell he's not a Cowboys fan.
Well, today's my first day as a Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
I used to be a Denver Broncos
I
fan.
was a Cowboys fan back in the day.
Everybody was. Everybody was. Yeah. Michael Irvin.
Yeah, well, see, I was a Denver Broncos fan, and you see where it says 4-4 next to the Broncos logo? That's what made me more angry than anything, so I switched to the Cowboys, who were 6-1. Now, now 6-2.
There's a word for that.
It's called bandwagon.
It's called bandwagon.
It's absolutely what I'm doing. Oh, great catch
I
there.
love how Lil White just calls him out.
See, I'm so real. When Emmitt Smith retired, I quit watching football.
Well,
Wow.
yeah, there you go.
I don't know what's going on that TV.
Hey,
All I
but
know is every now and then I make a dumb mistake and put like $200 up against what's his name, Tom Brady, and lose it.
yeah, well, it's just
I
not
did
a.
it just to be
You have a very big Tom Brady in the crowd. My mother.
I'm just saying, I lost the money. Congratulations. she said it like she got 20% or something. No, you didn't. I lost it to my buddy.
Oh,
No, I only bet against Tom. It was the Super Bowl.
and it's probably one of the worst decisions
Guess
you can
what I will
make.
never do again.
Bet against Tom Brady.
Bet against Tom Brady. Unless it's like maybe
Unless it's guaranteed money.
Kendall earmuffs. Unless it's like Tom Brady's wife and my wife.
There you go.
She's not here, is she?
My wife is gorgeous.
Oh, she is here.
Yeah.
Shout out to Lil White's wife,
Mrs. White.
Mrs. White.
On Mrs. Lil White.
Her Instagram handle is at that rap guy's wife.
At that rap guy's wife. What a great Instagram
I
handle.
know, right?
Yeah.
She changed it. She was like, go look at my new Instagram. And I was like, okay.
So,
I clicked on it. I was like, this might be the greatest Instagram name of all time. That rap guy's wife.
Yes.
so
yes.
since you brought your wife up, let's talk a little bit about her. Talk about what
Let's not
she's.
go deep, bro.
No. Just
All right, go for
just talk a little bit about
it. No,
what.
she's blonde now. You can't see her. She's got her hair blonde.
Oh, it was brown the last time I was here.
I think she's outside.
She's here.
So, talk a little bit about what she's done for you as a man.
She's outside.
Touchdown Cowboys, baby. We're coming back. 55 seconds left.
And the bandwagon continues. Okay, go. She still can hear me because she hears my thoughts. So, all right, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. You know, I have 2 daughters by 2 different mothers.
Right.
They ran me down there. Took everything from me. Almost took my dignity. Thank God I got out before that. Took that. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to watch my mouth.
Yeah.
I'm trying to. I'm doing actually really good because I have a foul mouth.
We've heard your
You're
songs.
doing a great job right now.
But no, so we've known each other 15 years. We've been together close to 7. We've been married 3.
Awesome.
But
Marriage is a beautiful
she
thing.
saw me at my sluttiest.
Yeah.
Because she was my bartender at 152 for 8 years. That's where you probably recognize her.
It's exactly where I recognize her from.
Everybody's like, why do I know this girl? I'm like, oh, she probably slung me drinks for 5 to 8
Yeah,
years.
yeah.
She worked 3rd floor.
Yeah.
VIP. Yeah.
Okay.
So like I would always go up. Matter of fact, the very first thing she ever said to me, I'll never forget it, and that's why I love her so much. First thing she ever said to me, I walked to the bar and she goes, Crown and Coke. I was like, how did you know that? She was like, I will listen to your music. I was like, oh, duh.
There you go.
Makes sense.
Coffee, Mr. Coke and Crown.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I get it. But no, I'd say when it comes to what she's done for me, dude,
There she is right there.
Well, there's Mrs. Lil White right there.
it's just Mrs. White.
Mrs. White.
She's got the ring on the prove it. So
I love her shirt. It says
Holy but hood.
I love
That's
that.
actually shout out to Jelly's wife, Bunny. That's actually Bunny's
Nice. Very nice. Very nice.
Wife, she's got her own little brand.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I will say, like I said, the first thing she ever said to me when I first met her, I walked into a bar, and as soon as I stood there, she was like, Crown and Coke. I was like, She's like, I'm a fan of your music. I'm a host of your music. You talk about sounds like all the time. It was a shocker. So we remained friends for years after that. But when we finally got together, she made me a man.
Yeah.
I've got 2 full-grown daughters, man, but that woman made me a man. She made me realize where I was messing up. She showed me the friends in my life that were not my friends.
Right.
She showed me the coat riders. She showed me all that. And it was not easy to do because there was a lot of them.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
And she had to literally pinpoint a bunch of people that I loved dearly that were screwing me up. And it was one of those like, take her advice or be single.
yeah.
Yeah.
I get it.
And I did. I took her advice. Yeah, Kendall said, by the way, this is something. I wish you would have
Is
said
this mine?
wish you would have said anything but that, Kendall, but whatever. Jesus, $7,000.
That's a lot of money for us.
You go to the parking lot?
But
Hey, Rick said you paid for the cable bill.
I paid the cable bill around. Y'all watching football because of me.
so talk a little bit about your music. I know you've got White Music. Is that correct? Is that the name?
White Music is my label, but it's also my merchandise label. I ain't got nobody signed to it because I'm sick of people's egos.
Yeah.
I've not even signed to my own damn label.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just an
That's cool.
independent contractor out here getting all my own money.
Hey, that's how you do it.
Yeah, and I put my wife as the CEO of White Music. I'm a really smart man.
Yes, most definitely.
For sure. But
Go ahead.
yeah, I had a label for a while. I had a few people under the label. Matter of fact, Jelly Roll was one of the first people I ever signed.
No.
I actually created White Music to sign Jelly Roll.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so thank God I did. Every time that boy sells 2 records, I sell 1. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're good. It's called early investment.
Yes, there you
That
go.
was.
Great return investment though, too.
Oh no, beyond it. And not only that, like Jelly's my brother too. Like I really love that guy, man. Like me and Jelly have been through it all together, dude. Like we've been through horrible tours where there's 3 people in the concert.
Yeah.
We've been to gathering at the Juggalos where there's 80,000 people in the crowd. You know what
But
I
you
mean?
know, one thing I've always respected about you is your humbleness.
I gotta say that.
You know what you've been through.
You want to know what he told me the first time I ever met him?
You're big as hell.
No, well, that too.
That was the second thing.
That was the second thing he ever
He's like, hey, I'm a big fan. I'm like,
I met him at Barbecue Fest, and I'm a big fan, man.
I said, yep, you are.
I said, can I get a picture with you? He goes, hey, man, when the picture stops, so does the money.
No, what I told him.
Yeah, okay.
You're right, though. You're right. I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
This is real stuff right here. So 20 years ago, Juicy J told me, no matter how famous or not famous you get, if a fan wants an autograph or a picture, you take every picture and you sign every autograph because once it's over, it's freaking over.
Yeah.
It's done. When the fans stop, it's over. And don't get me wrong. Like I said, I'm about to hit 40, baby. My retirement's going to be hard.
Yeah.
I'll be great. I'll be sitting down in like Destin, Florida on the beach like, hey, you little white. Like, yes, I am. Snap.
Well, it's just like Jerry Lawler. To put that into wrestling terms, Jerry Lawler's what, 72 now,
Dude,
I
I just
think.
saw Jerry Lawler at the airport. Remember, we both just saw Jerry Lawler at the airport. We was coming back from Miami.
So
Twitter.
yeah, Jerry Lawler blocked him on Twitter. But Jerry Lawler made a statement a few years back. Somebody asked him when he was going to hang up the boots. And he said, as long as they're booking me, I'm going to continue to wrestle.
As long as them boots fit, baby, put them on.
Yeah, and I mean,
Well, here's the thing about Lawler. He's booking himself most of the time.
oh
so.
yeah, he's been doing
Well,
this
when
since
you got
Memphis.
Jerry Lawler money, you can book
Yeah, you
yourself.
can do whatever you want.
You can open up a barbecue spot on Bill Street
I
Yeah.
have a funny Jerry Lawler
and
story.
Germantown Parkway.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
got 2?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, he's got Lawler's barbecue on Germantown Parkway in front of the old Target.
oh, okay.
Oh, it closed.
Close down.
Oh, well, see, my dad's very informed in the
It's
rest.
because they put it in front of the old Target.
Yeah, the Target's closed.
If you'd have put that thing on Fraser Boulevard by top,
Oh yeah. Oh.
thing would be jumping right now.
Yes.
72 cars in the park. It was like Chick-fil-A on a Wednesday at noon.
Oh.
I still can't believe they put a Chick-fil-A on Summer Avenue. I don't know what
Have you seen the traffic there?
No, I don't go that way no more.
Oh my goodness.
My wife quit working over there, so I have no absolute reason to be
I
in
feel
that
you.
block.
Well, I have a lot of friends that live in that area. I
I
used
do
to live
too.
over
I
that far
used
from
to
there.
have a lot of friends.
Used to have a lot of friends
Yeah,
there.
I don't miss them no more.
No,
Too close to a Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A will ruin a neighborhood, man.
Wait, when you talk about Chick-fil-A, you know that new Whataburger?
Yeah.
Where's it at?
It's gonna be right next to
They're-
Chick-fil-A
they're-
in South Haven.
Oh, well, that's South Haven, though. That's
No,
not,
so-
it's not our jurisdiction.
Well, hey, you know where the Macaroni Grill used to be on Germantown Parkway next to the Chick-fil-A?
Yes.
They're putting a Whataburger right there at that
All right,
Macaroni
well, you ready for this? Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Are y'all ready for this? Dun, 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 dun. Y'all ready for this? They're putting up Bojangles across the street.
That's what I've heard. That's
Like-
what I've heard.
like right by the Hardee's.
Rick's gonna be pissed.
We're gonna be pissed because I'll bring him a biscuit every morning.
Hey, very true.
He's gonna be fine.
Very true.
I'll be up here every day just because I had to pass by here to go to books. I mean, there's Bojangles is what, like past Jackson?
Yeah.
There's one over there.
There's one in South Haven, Horn Lake.
Oh, Mississippi gets everything.
Yeah, they do.
Mississippi even took off their masks off before we did.
Mississippi's got a damn sidecar.
Don't watch your mouth, sir. I will be over there almost as much as I'm here.
Hey, same here. It's right down on 55 from the house, so.
That's how I'm gonna hang out with my daughter. Like, leave me a sidecar.
So-
Sorry, I didn't mean to say that.
So do you have any upcoming records or anything like that that you're working on?
It's funny, I would normally laugh, but my producer and my wife are here, so I can't. No, we're working on new stuff. Like, we got ideas. Last year, I went on a full hiatus.
Yeah.
What are you gonna rap about? Not leaving the house and wearing a mask in your own car? I see people with a mask on in your own car by yourself.
Yeah,
I
makes
keep
no
it
sense.
380. I want to use it. Right? No, I'm not having all this in the car. Everybody calm
You
down.
got to though. You got to.
When I see somebody in a car by themselves, windows rolled up, in a freaking minivan, with a mask on and 17 around the mirror, I want to crash them into the curb. Like,
You and my dad both. My dad and I, every person we walk.
it's like,
Look,
how completely stupid do you have to be?
I don't have a problem if you have a mask. If you have a mask around people.
For one, let me clarify, because we're online. If you want to wear a mask, wear your mask.
Yeah.
But don't
Don't do it in the car by yourself.
If you want to wear a mask in a car by yourself, do it. But get tinted windows. So people
Yes,
like me
yes,
can't
so we can
check
make
you.
fun of you.
I will check you for 45
Yes,
minutes.
yes.
I will drive all the way to like Heber Springs talking about one person. And my wife would be like, "Would you stop?" I'm like, "No, no." He's probably in the shower with her.
Have you
Well,
seen? There's people.
you got too much time here.
There's people that are in swimming pools.
Well, the funniest one to me.
Brother, there are people starving in North Memphis,
Yes,
okay?
yes.
And we still watch those sad commercials from what's her face?
Sarah McLaughlin.
Sarah McLachlan.
Dogs
Dogs.
of the angels
Yeah.
fly away.
Why do we not have her first? Starving, you're the dude. You're the spokesperson for starving kids in Memphis.
No, that's my dad. Dead serious, that's my dad. He needs to be doing that. He works for the Mid-South Food Bank, so.
People are like, "Oh, the commercials are so sad." I'm like, no, I know 6 people right now that are hungry.
Yes, yes,
Like, man, it's dogs. Like,
Just $1 a day can save a child.
yes.
yeah, well, guess what? 33 cents a day back in the day, you
Yeah.
could have saved every kid when you hit the 33-cent hamburgers at McDonald's.
Yes.
And all you had to do was go home and throw a piece of cheese on it.
My dad has something to say.
Your dad obviously has something to say because he is over here. No, boss. No, boss.
He doesn't want to be heard.
He's still under witness protection. He's running for the mob.
Yes, so my dad runs a big charity thing.
I really did that. I wasn't talking crap.
No. No, but my dad does run a big charity thing, for the,
Make it sound professional.
okay.
He runs a charity thing for hungry people.
Yeah, okay, no, my dad runs a big,
Thank you.
sorry, my dad runs a big, like, program, Scouting
He
for
runs
Food program.
A nonprofit organization, Scouting for Food program.
Yes, and
You see, I did that
any
there?
Kroger in the city of Memphis, you can buy canned goods, non-perishable food items, donate them into the bins.
I've heard Clarksville is donating a bunch of food too, today.
Yeah, Collierville Kroger donated a ton of food to the
By
food
the way,
bank.
I know it's been a few weeks, but prayers out to all the people that were affected by anything that happened to anybody's family, Clarksville.
Oh, yeah, that was a very, very
It
tough
was
situation.
Horrible. It was horrible.
Senseless
And,
acts of
I salute you,
violence.
sir. And,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, you ain't been donating too much. I mean, look at this guy. I'm only
He's
saying,
not wrong.
I'm only saying I love him. I love him. He's a good guy. But what I'm gonna tell you is, stop feeding him so much.
And feed the others a
And
little bit more.
I will help you feed everybody else. He's a big guy. I'm a little guy. Maybe I'm just small. I don't know.
I like to
You
say
talk
that.
about small. Before you got here, he said he was a tall 5'6".
No, that's a lie. I said I was tall 5'4".
He said he was a tall 5'4".
So is my daughter.
Yeah.
And she's
Well,
the shortest one.
look, I'm still waiting on my growth spurt.
I'm not gonna lie, this is the funniest interview we've ever done on
It's great.
Star.
It
For
is.
one, I was 5'6" until I hit 20, and I was like, yes, 5'8", baby.
Yeah. See, I haven't
That's
grown.
a big thing.
People ask me.
That extra 2 inches went this way and that way, if you know what I'm talking about.
People ask me all the time what my dream is.
Oh, I know.
I just want to bump my head on something,
Dude.
like
All right,
whether it's
no,
a
you don't.
fan
No,
or
you
what.
don't.
Oh, wait.
No, you
I
do
know
not.
this is great. Where's Rick Haygood?
Rick Haygood, are you in the building?
He's
All
here.
right, so we just did the Redneck Rave with Justin Time a couple weekends ago. It was a big mud festival. And I had my 10x10. Hey there, Wild Bill, you crazy looking little baby boy. What up, boo? I swear you look like a 1920s paper salesman. You look like you got newspapers for sale.
Hey, it's not a dick.
I'm glad there's Kindle, okay?
Although we're at a bar.
Rick, come here, Rick.
Little white needs you over here, Rick.
Yeah, extra face ass. Sorry, my bad. I'm
Hey,
trying.
no, you're fine.
I really, no, we were talking about being big and small. This is a true story. It just recently happened, 3 weekends ago. So I got a 10x10 tent to set my merch at, right, at my concert. Outdoor events or whatever. How tall are you? 6'5"?
6'3".
6'7". Go give him that extra 4, you know what I'm saying? So,
I hit like 7'1" though.
no, you hit like, you hit like 900-pound gorilla. So we're at my tent, and Rick had just got there. You know, it's a mud event. It's 4-wheelers, side-by-sides, Can-Ams.
I bet that was fun.
Oh, yeah, blast. It was so much fun. So Rick had just got there, and he walks into my tent, and he goes, this is the noise it made. When he walked into my tent, went, that was his head hitting the tent. I'm just short enough.
6'5", been there, done that.
I'm just short enough where I can really, I can walk fast.
Yeah.
You don't want to bump your head. Brandon gets a good cry.
Yeah, I was at the house the other day. I was at the house the other day. And, well, where was I? I was walking down the hallway.
He couldn't have bunk beds, could he? He would
I was in the-
or the top bunk.
I was in the hallway and I'm walking down and I went to pick something up and I went, boom, right. Yes, yeah. Right there. Dead ass, I was crying. That's how bad it hurt.
Wow.
I mean, you can get concussed from that shit,
By the way,
man.
how old are you?
26.
Oh, yeah, you still create tears.
Yeah, I'm still a baby.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I'm 39, dude.
When you turn 30,
When I create tears, because somebody died, I'm like, God, like 4 days.
Yeah, no,
I don't cry
I'm
no
soft.
more when I get hurt.
I'm still soft.
I literally sliced my hand wide open.
Listen, I'm sitting here with a ruptured disc in my back and I'm not crying right now. It hurts like a son of a
To be
bitch.
honest, Your back's big enough, you have a ruptured vinyl disc.
Probably.
I'm gonna start working on my stand-up.
Yeah, hey,
It's
I'm
there.
down for
It's
it.
there. Yeah, I would definitely come support
But
it.
no, like I
A
literally
little white stand-up presented by 4 Star Sports Media. That'd
I'm
be
down.
perfect.
I'm down. And I got the theme song.
Well, and Rick's part of the ownership group with Growlers. We can go to Growlers and do this. We can sell tickets.
I
Heck yeah.
get claustrophobic and get growlers. They need to open a wall up in there. I mean, I know somebody to open a wall and turn it into a bay door. Like, come on. I love, no offense, I love growlers, but I feel like I'm gonna get stabbed in there for some reason. I don't even know why.
So before you get out of here, she said, yeah, she knows.
Yeah.
So before you get out of
People
here,
can stab people.
A 10-year-old girl just agreed with you, like, I feel the same way.
so
Last time I was there, I thought I was gonna get shot. Like, Jesus Christ.
so before you get out of here, man, can you give us just a quick little freestyle on?
Never.
Okay,
No free.
no free.
I don't freestyle, baby. My rap's cost.
Oh,
What?
oh, I was just gonna say you
No, they
could do
do.
it.
They really do.
Oh, okay. Well, I
I
mean,
Cost money.
No, I did a birthday party like.
Hey, we were blessed enough to get, we already heard his music tonight.
right.
We're blessed enough to use it every show we do. So.
Yes.
I was at a birthday party about 3 years ago, and dude was like, "Hey man, it's my birthday. Would you freestyle for me?" I was like,
No.
How much you gonna pay me?
"No." I said, "No." He was like, "What's my birthday?" I was like, "Yeah, I know. I just rocked 19 songs for you, and you want me to just come up with some stuff off the top of my head?" This is the thing about me. I'm a writer.
Yeah.
No, I've had to explain this to like radio stations and all kinds of different interviews. Like, I'm a real writer. Freestyling leaves too much room for error.
True.
And my track record is impeccable
It is.
because I'm right. See, that's like Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll, prime example. Jelly Roll freestyled for years.
Yeah.
And I told Jelly, I said, Jelly, I'm
You gonna start singing?
I said, I'm gonna show you something. No, when he
Oh.
was rapping.
Okay.
I said, I'm gonna show you something. So he went in the studio and he laid his verse down. And as he was rapping it, I was writing it. As he was rapping it in my phone.
Wow. You're a fast
When
typer.
when he came out the booth, I was like, guess what? He was like, what? I said, I wrote that verse.
Ah,
You didn't write that. I said, oh, wait, it's dated in time.
timestamps. Yeah.
I said, guess what? He just hit save 2 seconds after I hit save. I wrote this verse before you rapped it.
Wow.
So, like, I at a young age, I knew a lot about copyright,
Infringement
owning
stuff.
your
Yeah.
own stuff. You know what I mean? So, like, freestyle, like, I can freestyle earmuffs. Earmuffs. If I was on some good stuff,
Yeah.
and I mean any kind,
Right.
anything.
Yeah.
Not anything.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
I got you.
But like this, no
Yeah,
heroin,
yeah,
no
there's certain-
heroin,
there's
no
certain
meth,
things,
no
yeah.
crack.
Yeah.
Anything else though?
Yeah. Yeah.
We got some boundaries in my household, okay? But I mean, back in the day, dude, I popped it.
Yeah.
Go in, boy.
Yeah.
But when you freestyle, it's just for that moment.
Yes.
And I've got to a point in my career where, like I said again, I'm about to be 40 years old. There's no more of those moments.
Right.
Dude, my daughter just got her, my youngest daughter just got her driver's license. And literally pulled up on us yesterday in my Escalade, like, what's up, Pop? I'm like, this is weird. Can you give me a ride to the store? Because I need some cigarettes. She's like, come on. But yeah, no. And in this game, the people that freestyle a lot, hey, Christ. Not Christ. I don't know that guy.
Price.
It's Christ.
Okay.
No T.
Take your teeth.
He calls me Petrick. I call him Christ.
Okay. Okay.
But now, like the older I get in this music business, I'm actually fixing. I'm glad we're talking about this. I'm fixing to make a transition. Like, I'm
Into stand-up comedy.
well, that too. No, I've been talking about that for like. I've been talking about getting into stand-up comedy and voiceover for like 15, 20 years.
Wow.
Just so happens, one of my good homegirls that I knew briefly here in Memphis moved to LA. Guess who she ended up marrying? Seth Green.
Oh, wow.
Mr. Robot Chicken.
You want to
Yeah.
hear something
Yeah.
funny?
Great show.
Claire? You talking about Claire?
So Claire's brother is my best friend.
All right, well, let's make this happen, Kevin. I need voiceover work.
Okay.
I can do different. Dude, we have no idea, dude. My voice is so versatile, it's insane. But
Patrick's one of my best friends too. Lil Pat. Lil Pat out there is one of my best friends. So.
But between voiceover and comedy and stuff, like I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say I'm over rap because I'm not. I mean, I'm gonna rap to the day I die. I wrote Oxycontin. I have to. My fans demand it out of me. It's like get through my curse.
Do you get tired of rapping that song? I mean, just kind
Is
of
that a question or are you trying to fight?
No. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, just
So I get
I'd
tired.
love to see that fight.
no.
I would never fight any of you guys. I'm not a fighter. I'm a shooter these days. I'm not. I'll put a bullet hole in your kneecap and call it Tuesday. So no, I don't get tired of rapping a song. I get tired of hearing it.
Right.
Like when I jump in the car with somebody like, this big ugly cut, I'm like, I can just push you up the driver's side. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I've heard this song 19 million times.
Yeah, you've also rapped it that many times, probably too.
Rapped it 40 million times.
Wow.
But the reason why I don't get tired of performing it is because Lord Infamous's verse comes out to mind. Ever since Lord Infamous passed away, you know, in my concerts, right after I get done rapping, I let the crowd rap his verse.
That's awesome.
And the whole crowd, it never fails. It could be 3 people, it could be 30,000 scarecrow,
Yeah.
that jump up, and I let them know. I just let them know.
Yeah.
And then I cheer up every time. You know what I'm saying?
That's a great tribute to him. Yeah.
It's a tribute to the OG, and he's also one of the first people who told me, he was like, man, what? That's how he used to talk. See, a lot of people don't know Lord Infamous' talking voice is very high pitched. Hey, what? I don't know what you gave me everything, but that Ozzy kind of messed me up. I was like,
Yeah.
but rest in peace, Lord Infamous. But the song is on listening to it.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Like me and Nicole, we'll be riding down the road. I'll be listening to like Yellow Wolf Radio. Skip a song. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Click. I skip it. It's like, oh my God, I hate that guy.
Yeah.
But each time it plays for more than 4 seconds, Kendall, we're not going to tell your mother about it. I know she does, but we're not going to tell her about this.
Yeah.
No, I know, dude. There's like 9 million videos of
So-
TikTok challenge. So my daughter came to me. She's like, "Nah, you gotta get on TikTok and I'm like, I'm not getting on TikTok."
So how does that work? So every time that song is played, do you still get?
All right, so this is the. Let's go back to what all has Mrs. White done. That lady right there.
She said speed it up.
Make sure every time that song is played on anything,
You get paid.
we get paid.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
She makes sure that if there's a new media outlet that comes out, she gets Lil White's handle first before anybody else does. Like we looked up, we got TikTok, right? Yeah. As soon as TikTok came out, she's like, oh, by the way, I got your TikTok.
Awesome.
I was like, I don't want it. She's like, but you got Lil White with no spaces, no underscores, none of that crap.
Right.
Straight up Lil White.
That's the thing, the video.
It's like 9 million views or something. It's like something crazy. Yeah.
Like, Mom, what's this song? Is the parents just over there like this, like not want to
It's
act out?
the parents' reactions. I saw that. It's like the kids are like, Mom, have you ever heard this song? It's like, no, I've never heard this song. It's like, I just saw that recently. Dude. It was hilarious. And now there's like 9,000 more of them, and that was last.
But man, we just want to tell you, from everyone here at 4 Star Sports Media and the Point Podcast, we appreciate you, man.
I appreciate y'all, man.
Nothing but love. Once again, thank everybody.
The first time I was up here, I came and gave my constructive criticism.
Yeah.
And I gave you your thing.
Yeah.
And I appreciate y'all using it. I really do, because it's on. I love this song.
We do too. We absolutely love it.
But I'm glad y'all using it. I appreciate y'all for everything you do. What y'all do? Every other Sunday,
We come about every other month. Yeah.
You got my number.
Yeah,
I got it too. Yeah.
So, just anytime you'll be up here, give me a heads up night before.
Okay.
I'll make sure I don't drink or anything.
Gotcha.
We don't care. No, we don't.
But yeah, man, I love you guys, man. I love what y'all doing, and man, shout out to Memphis, man.
Yeah.
You got the icon
Yes, sir.
I'm beyond legend.
The icon, Lil White.
But before we wrap it up here, got to give once again a quick shout out to Sidecar Cafe. They did an amazing job today. Rick Haygood and company. Danielle has been absolutely
Make sure
incredible.
you're tipping your waitresses
Yeah.
and your
If you're
bartenders.
waitress, and if you see Kendall and she's got a problem with you, I will stab you.
There you go.
Kendall, don't have no problem with nobody because they took my knife the other night. I
But-
gotta pick my knife up. It's all good, too.
Well, once again, thank you very much to Lil White. You've been
Man,
nothing but
y'all.
amazing,
Thank y'all.
man.
Thank y'all so much.
We appreciate you very much. We're getting ready to wrap it up here from Sidecar Cafe today, but it's
Yeah,
been
been
a
a
great.
great show. Been a good 2-3 hours.
Yeah, been here
I'm
about.
gonna go take a poop.
There you go.
Hey, there you go.
Go drop that
Go
deuce,
watch
man.
clothes.
Go drop that.
I thought you were gonna say I'm gonna go watch.
No, watch clothes. I was already in the bathroom earlier when you were taking a poop,
That's a
so.
big dude. How long does it take you to wash clothes? He's got like 4 pairs of jeans and a t-shirt. I'm just messing. He's a big
Oh, I
guy.
know.
So, just so you know,
For one, just so everybody knows, I'm the smallest guy in my entire crew. So for 30 years, I've been getting the little guy jokes.
yeah, I know.
I can dish them back up.
So, just real quick before you get out of here, we were at Arkansas State covering the game for 4 Star Sports Media. Yeah, Jonesboro sucks.
Apologize.
I took a picture standing behind him. You couldn't even see me.
It's called an eclipse.
Yeah, exactly what it is. But thank you to everybody again here at Sidecar Cafe. We've done an amazing job. Make sure you tip your bartenders and servers. Once again, thank you to Rick Haygood. Thanks, Lil White, for coming out,
Shout out
man.
to Rick Haygood. Shout
Done a
out to
great
IT,
job.
Shout out to all the servers. Shout out to everybody at Sidecar. Shout out to Ghost of Microbilio.
Yes.
And if you are still on your computer or your phone, go to any platform and download all the white music you can. That is spelled W-Y-T-E. Do not mess my name up. I hate when people put a fuck.
Yeah, you're fine.
I dropped one.
You're
F
fine.
bomb.
You're fine.
That's not really bad for me.
He
Hey,
drops all the
yeah.
time on our show. Don't
No, it's
don't
not
feel
bad.
bad.
I've been trying to control the word fuck, okay?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I get it. I get it.
And I did good. I dropped
You
it
did.
twice. The first time was on accident.
Second time's on purpose. Yeah.
But yes, go check out all my music. Like, I've literally got a 20-year catalog. If you like rap music and can't find anything in my 20-year catalog,
You're
you
stupid.
don't like rap music.
Right.
Get the freak off my damn channel
Exactly.
and go back to listening to Toby Keith.
Yes, exactly. Once again, thanks, Lil White. We appreciate you, man.
Thank y'all.
Thank you to
Yes,
everybody
sir.
here at Sidecar Cafe.
I love y'all. And like I said, if you give me a holler night before, I'll be there.
Cool.
Sounds good, brother.
All right, man. We're about to cut out of here. Once again, great time here at Sidecar Cafe. Lil White's on the camera. He's booking. He's jucking and driving. Thank you very much. Brandon Bumgardner, Will Bass, Nathan Wilson. We've had a great time again.
Al
guys.
Bloodworth being
Al
on.
Bloodworth.
Thank you for everybody that came out.
Yeah, great time.
God bless all of you.
And also, be sure and celebrate this coming up Thursday, the 11th is Veterans Day. So I want to give a quick shout out to all the veterans out there. Also, check out 4stars.live. 4star.live. Gonna have a brand new. We've got a 4-star sports radio network.
Ooh,
So,
what could that entail?
And we are growing. We are growing like Brandon's stomach when he eats. And that's not
At
small.
least we're not growing like you.
Right. I'm still waiting on my growth spurt from 8th grade, so it'll happen eventually. My mom was here earlier. All through high school, she told me I was going to be one of the tallest people in my graduating class.
Yeah.
When I graduated, I asked her why she told me that. She said, I had to do something to get you
Hey,
there.
Wes, real quick, what you the balls on the football team too?
Yes, I also played center on the football team. But thank you to everybody for coming out today. Thank you to Sidecar Cafe, and we are out.
Go Tigers.